Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's so nice to have you here. I feel so much more relaxed now. I'm not even going to lie. The debut was intense, but I am glad we got through it. Michaela Laws, thank you for being in chat. Let me make you a moderator real quick. Michaela, your voice acting was so good. I have so much to talk about that when I actually get back into the credits page, too. Because Michaela really showed me what a voice actor really is when I asked Michaela to do the voice for Subadin. She did it within one day. It was crazy. She locked the fuck in. It got done. It was crazy. But hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is just going to be a just chatting, like post-debut Zatsu. So it's just chatting stream. We're just going to hang out and chill for a little bit. Now we can just relax. I'm going to go through my slides again, at least for the credits, because I have a lot more to say about everybody who worked on different parts of this. But yeah, before we did that, I thought we'd hang out in the bedroom, just chill for a little bit, have a nice chat, see what you guys thought about the motion comics, see what you guys think about the idea of the story. I saw some people saying it feels very Persona 5. It's kind of Persona 5, except you can't change anything. Like, whatever happened has already happened. Like, it's done and gone. The people die, they pass it. People die when they're dead. People die when they are dead. But yeah, you can at least help them in the afterlife, help them to cross over, and maybe be able to do something in the real world. Link click vibes. Oh, I love that. Loved me some link click. Always like to see a mention of blah, 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 blah. Donghua in my chat too. I love link click. It was so emotional, and I didn't even think about that. The influences of it, originally, it was very much Rakuen by Laura Shigihara, Alundra, a really old school, like, PlayStation 1 game. I didn't even think about the Persona stuff until I started, like, sharing it with people, and then a lot of people were like, it's so Persona. Oh my god. Felt the link click vibes. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's awesome. I also saw, oh god, I don't know what to do with the amount of love that we got throughout this debut. Like, so many amazing streamers that I respect so much ended up sharing things about it. Haneda Keika Sensei, the creator of Fata Morgana, was watching my debut, commented on the model in a really sweet way, and said they're interested in everything about the production. So, Haneda Keika Sensei, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to playing the rest of the house in Fata Morgana very soon. Like I said, I've already beaten the main game, so anybody who is interested in following that journey with us, honestly, one of the best stories I have ever seen in fiction. It's well worth spending the time to play the first game. Get through the main game, and then everything after that, we're going to continue to play together. Everything that's on the Dreams of the Revenants edition. So that means, like, the reincarnation story, and a bunch of other stuff I don't really know. Like, there's so much more I'm interested in playing. I want to see the whole story of it, so... We'll start working our way through that. I just wanted to give you guys like a 2-week buffer, so I guess that's the first thing I should do. I should go through the schedule and then the credits, because I have a lot to talk about in the credits. I really want to showcase everyone's talents. Like, right now, I don't have a script for this one, so I'm just bouncing around. I hope that's okay. This is very much like what my Zatsus are going to feel like in the future. I'm a streamer who thrives on, like, interacting with chat and just seeing what direction things take me. So yeah, no, okay. Focus, Kuchan. Focus up. What I wanted to start with is there anything you guys want to see on the model? Now that I'm not just instantly showcasing things, I'd love to show you guys, like, if you have any questions, if I can do certain things, if I can make, like, certain faces. If I can, like, zoom in on certain parts. I'm not going to do, like, a full green screen, but yeah, I'll show off anything you guys want me to show off. Angie face? Oh, hell yeah. I got a great Angie face. Who do you think you are? Huh? Nani? This looks better with Féileacan's face, I'm not gonna lie. What did you say to me? Are you starting something? Oh, come at me. Who do you think you are? You'll never stop me! There we go. Angie face done. Cutie patootie? What? That's cool. Looks so silly. I love. Oh, okay. Maybe I don't have much of an Angie face. I don't know. Sensei, is that your shadow from the eyelashes, or you're actually wearing black eyeshadow? That's the shadow from the eyelashes. Yeah, that's actually the eyelashes, so don't worry about that. Oh, actually, damn, okay, I did have a schedule for a little bit. I was supposed to. Okay, we'll come back to this. I do actually want to go through my chat rules before anything else, so I'm going to head over to the classroom real quick. Bye. And now I've realized I don't have my chat rules written out anywhere, so I can't really go through them. Frick. That's okay. We work with what we've got. I focused way too hard on the debut and not enough on the poster. I'm so sorry. This is so scuffed, but yeah, this is going to be our life. So I'm going to literally read them off of my video description. That'll work. That'll work. So yeah, I am a streamer who has like a lot of rules when I do things. So keep in mind, there's a lot of rules. Just please try to vaguely like read them once, and it should be enough to like, you'll figure out like what chat's doing. It's just simple things like 3 emotes and some other stuff. But yeah, we'll go through them one by one, and then we'll go back to the model display page. And then we're going to do the credits roll through, because I want to go through everyone and proper showcase everything they did. There are some things I haven't even showed yet. Like my gaming screen has this really cool overlay. Shut up, Kuchan. Focus. Okay. Number 1. Féileacán and Cú are fictional characters. Treat them as a form of entertainment and engage with them in a healthy way. And this is number 1 for a reason. So actually, I've got something to say about this. This is why I wanted to start with this. So I'm actually going to clip this off and even turn off my music, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm like trying to emotionally like manipulate you or anything. So I do have something to say about this and why it's like so important as my rule 1. So before we go on, I do need to do a quick aside here. A lot of people hear that first rule and they don't seem to quite understand why I actually have it there. For some people, it can come across as silly or preachy, since as streamers, VTubers or not, we make our living off of sharing experiences and memories with our fans. This causes a lot of the people to think that we're essentially farming parasocial relationships for our own gain, that it's just a one-sided thing without any benefit to the viewer, and that the streamer doesn't help in some way or just wants to milk them, essentially. Maybe I shouldn't have used the word milk. Anyway, that's not how I see it when it comes to streaming. In some of the worst moments and lowest points in my life, when no one else was there for me in the world, I've relied on streamers and parasocial relationships. I believe that everyone does. In the distant past, it was like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Then as I got older, it became offline TV and then VTubers and all kinds of other creators that still get me through rough patches when there are days I can't even get out of bed, or I find it hard just to shower and brush my teeth because everything feels so hopeless. Parasocial relationships can be beneficial and inspirational as long as they're handled in a healthy way and you don't start prioritizing them over your own real-world life. VTubers to me are an amazing extension of that, because you know that you're not watching a 3,000-year-old dog spirit or an immortal avatar of death streaming on YouTube. It's a built-in separation between reality and fiction from the get-go, and it allows VTubers to tell stories, roleplay, and bring viewers into a fantasy world that they curate. When fans fall in love with those worlds and characters, just like with other streamers, it's natural to become attached. And that's why this is rule number 1 for me. Because I always want people to understand that you should treat my VTubing personas the same way you would treat other fictional characters. Feel free to ship them, love them, hate them, draw art of them, or write fan fiction of them in any number of crazy scenarios. Headcanon them in your own way and have fun with them. Just always remember that they are fictional characters, and to make sure that your first priority is always yourself and reality. The thing is that being a VTuber is an amazing feeling for me, because I get to separate myself from the character and share certain aspects of myself without exposing my whole life to the world. People who do know a bit about my past, because they knew me as the big buff puppy man Féileacán, know that I have several chronic health conditions and mental health issues that make it hard for me to actually interact with the real world. It's hard for me to travel, and sometimes even just to get through daily life. VTubing is a way that I get to share aspects of myself with the world, and the way that I embrace VTubing, I use it to tell fictional stories about characters that go through similar experiences to me in a fantastical setting and show that to the world. It also allows me to connect with people all over who are like-minded and want to explore darker themes, interesting plot lines, and really enjoy story-based games and other media, as well as my own silly stories, whether through actual writing or little role plays and audio packs. I get so much out of VTubing and being able to play a fictional character. And so when I say that I truly care about my fans, I do mean it. My fans let me roleplay as these characters and write these stories and make it into a career that I can focus on full time. And when they really embrace them, seeing artwork, cosplay, music, fan fiction, speculation about the stories, and even just comments from people saying that they appreciate my work or the time they spend watching streams and enjoy these stories and characters brings me so much joy. Even more so when fans go on to become a part of the community and make friends and connect with others. So on that level, the person behind Féileacán and Cú truly does care about his fans, and I want you all to live healthy and happy lives. If my characters can be a part of that happiness and help you find community and joy, that is truly a part of my happiness too. The important part of this rule is the fact that both Féileacán and Cú are fictional characters in all of this. Cú's personality is basically me, and more specifically, he's a version of me from almost a year ago, when I was going through more mental health issues than I've ever had to deal with. His story is going to touch on feelings that I've dealt with through that, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. If anything, I hope there are people that can find it cathartic to see a character go through hell that I can only imagine, and where that journey takes him, which hopefully some of you will connect with if you're going through similar feelings as to what I was dealing with a year ago. This is the one and only time I'm going to talk as the real-life person behind the characters of Féileacán, Cú, and every other part of Metamorphosis Lost on stream. As I said, I like to have that separation between myself in the real world and my characters. As the real-life me, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported me over the years, and make it clear that your support and encouragement has made my life and mental health far better than it's ever been. As I move forward and write Metamorphosis Lost and stream as Féileacán and Cú, I'm doing so filled with energy and joy. I've found ways to travel a bit further than before. I'm able to afford all these incredible assets and plans for my streaming future, and I've found the love of my life who encourages me through everything that I do. That is one thing that I really do want to mention while I'm giving you a peek behind the characters. My partner is the light of my life and the reason that despite my stories always being filled with so much pain and suffering, there's always hope and a desire for a happy ending. I like to keep my personal life a secret for myself, and I will do that in the future. But just this one time, I wanted to share all of that so that you know that I'm sincerely just here because I want to be, and you should only support me if it brings you joy as well. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm enjoying life, and I'm so excited to be sharing these stories and beginning this journey as Féileacán and Cú. I hope that everyone watching this is feeling the same in their own lives, and if not, I do genuinely hope that my streams and story can make you feel a bit easier as you continue to move forward and burn bright on your own journey in life. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. And I'm sorry I had to break immersion. I really don't like doing it. But I'm starting this new journey and wanted to do so with this first rule completely clear to anyone who chooses to be here. I am here for you as a streamer and entertainment. And if you choose to be part of this community, I hope you can at least try to follow chat rules since there's a lot of them. But this first is the most important to me. So, okay. I'm going to get back into regular streaming mode now. And I hope you continue to enjoy your time as part of this community as we go forward. I'm sorry for the interruption, guys. Boop, bada boop, bada boop. Hi. I'm back. Okay, we're going to keep going through the chat rules. But yeah, I really wanted to do like a little aside for that one because I think that's an important thing for people to say is like streamers in general. To really just like be like, hey, just be healthy. Embrace it happily. I hope you guys do. Goodbye, Kuchan Sensei. So happy for you? Thank you. And if you're happy or you don't care, all good. Don't worry about it. Last time I'll speak about it. I am here for Féileacán and Cú and the Metamorphosis Lost story to play games and share memories with you guys. So with that said, let's get back into it. I'll go through the rest of the rules kind of quickly. The rest of them are all very much simple, but that one I felt like needed some explanation. Okay. Number 2, don't mention other livers or their streams unless I bring them up first and make it a topic of discussion. Honestly, it just kind of makes me feel bad. Like, if I'm streaming and then somebody's like, oh, did you see this person streaming right now? Or did you hear about this thing going on? It's like, are you here for me or here to advertise them? So it's you know, it can just sour my mood a little bit. There are times that if people brought something else up, like another streamer or like an MV releasing or something big, I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I'll check it out. But other times, if I'm like focused and trying to do things and people trying to derail it and try to start the conversation about another streamer, it hurts me and it just distracts from the main topic, which should always be the streams. Number 3, don't spam/troll me or others in chat. No discussing hot topics or politics. This one's obvious. Like, I find streams a form of escapism. There are times that people like to talk about things like that. When I'm here, we're playing video games, we're chatting, we're doing fun things. So let's keep it fun and light. Number 4, don't backseat unless I've expressly asked for it. Feel free to mention if there's an Easter egg or something missable coming up, but do not go into details of the Easter egg or even as it will come, or as that event, as it will count as backseating and spoiling. That's basically it. It's like, I want to embrace games like completely blind, essentially, if I'm going into them blind. And I can't really enjoy a story if people... I get that some people are like, you'll enjoy the story way more if you see this little bit of lore, this little bit of Easter egg. Like, oh, if you just go this way over here, there's a thing. If you say that, that's fine. Meanwhile, if you say, oh, you need to go this direction, it's how you get the hidden lore about how this character is secretly dead. And it's like, well, now I'm not going to enjoy it. Like, now I don't get to piece it together. So guiding me to Easter eggs in a gentle way is okay, but especially don't get angry if I miss things and be like, you're not going to like the story because you missed this thing, you idiot. It's like, that's not going to help me enjoy the game. That's going to make me not want to continue the game. I really like the stories, so let me enjoy the stories. 5. Be as horny as you like towards me and any fictional characters, but do not be thirsty or disrespectful to any other streamers present or members of chat. I will say if some comments are becoming a bit down bad or thirsty for my own liking. This is more just for like the comfort of everybody in the stream at large, because in general, I'm pretty fine with people being horny towards me. I'm pretty fine with people who are like horny towards fictional characters. It's never going to do anything. Like, feel free. They're characters. They can't be disrespected. They can't have their feelings hurt. Me included. We have some basic chat rules about what you can call me on stream, which is more about keeping the comfort of the chat. And if I do ever see people becoming particularly down bad because I do something like, I don't know, this, and people have a lot to say about it, yeah, there may be times that it gets a bit too much and I have to jump in and be like, guys, chill, chill, chill. Like, a bit too far, let's bring it back and be a bit more respectful. So yeah, feel free to be as horny as you like towards me outside of chat, like on social media, everywhere else. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I can't police you there. That's a big rule that I have as well. Like, I have rules for my chat stream. Outside of the stream, if I feel somebody's being disrespectful in the community, I will call it out. But other than that, like, I don't care what you call me, what you say, how you degrade things, the characters, draw whatever kind of art you want, do whatever kind of fan fiction you want. But yeah, just on stream, we like to keep things a bit more comfy for people who may get uncomfortable with stuff. 6, feel free to speak any language you want in the stream, but follow all other chat rules no matter what language it's in. Be respectful to others using another language. Basic. Like, that should just be understood. 7, no emote spam. Only send 3 emotes per chat message. The only exception to this is if I ask for emote spam or during a big event like karaoke. See, I kind of just don't put my rules on the screen if I'm doing like a big event that I know there's going to be a lot of chat interaction in, and it's like the mods won't be able to police the chat. I get that completely. So just go nuts. And yes, contradictorily, there will be some times where I'm like, yo, can we get some head pats in chat? Or can we get some love in chat? Feel free to spam a bit then. But outside of that, just it really starts to like slow down YouTube and kind of crash streams. YouTube doesn't have the best chat integration. So it's just a general rule. If you could try to keep it to 3 emotes per chat, it just stops things from getting laggy and weird and just the chat just becoming pure emotes. I like to have discussion with people as well. I'm sorry that I'm not in discussion mode right now because I'm just going through chat, but yeah, we'll get there. That's why I have my little comment grabber where I can grab comments and properly respond to them one by one. 8, no mentioning sub counts or viewer numbers unless I already brought up the topic. Again, it's just a thing of like, I don't need to know how the numbers are doing. Like, I'm happy to be here. That's all that matters to me. So I don't need to know if numbers are big, if numbers are small, if numbers are dwindling. Yeah, I definitely don't need to be compared to other people. So if you're here to have fun, have fun. Don't worry about the numbers. We're here. We're happy. That's our community. That's what matters. 9, all donations, memberships, and purchases from the store are non-refundable and managed by the providing platform. Direct any issues with these payments to the platform. Basically, it's like I have some monetization settings set up. I'm gonna, after these rules, set up like the super chats and thanks and stuff. But yeah, I can't control those. So if you ever try to come to me and say like, oh, I paid this thing and the chat message didn't get shown or it glitched, it still took the money, but I can't do anything about that. You need to talk to the chat platform, and I'm very sorry about that. It's just, I am a streamer. I don't work for YouTube. I don't work for Streamlabs. I don't work for Patreon. I can't deal with that, so I'm sorry. Which also leans into number 10. Rules of the chat apply to donation messages too. On Streamlabs, there's a bit more leeway. You can say a bit more because like I will be picking and choosing which ones I read from Streamlabs at like the ends of streams. But in general, yeah, the chat rules should apply just because there's still messages that are going to appear in chat if you use super chats. All donations should be treated as gifts. Donations will be read at the beginning and end of streams if possible. But please don't be disappointed if yours isn't read while I'm live on stream. So yeah, essentially, I might not be able to read all of them within one stream. I might be feeling tired. We might just not have time. And I tend to read messages at the beginning and the end of a stream. And while I'm actually doing like gaming or interacting things, I ignore them during that. Unless I just see a message that catches my eye. I interact with them just like normal chat, essentially. So just please don't be disappointed. At the end of a stream, I try to go back and actually respond to all of them. Today, I won't be able to do that either, so don't send super chats expecting them to be read today either. I'm very sorry. Just because there were so many and so many people joining membership, and we have to raid into Laura Shigihara's song debut at 2 p.m. I just want to chat with you guys. But yeah, just in general, treat it as a donation, as a gift. Don't expect it to like become like, oh, I did this just to get attention. I'm very sorry. For messages of a personal or heavy nature, I may read them silently. I'm not a therapist, and you shouldn't rely on me for validation or consultation. I may, however, read some parts aloud if I want to broach a subject. So yeah, basically, I'm not here for your mental health either. Like, if you say something that's like really deep and important, I'll just be like, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better, but please take care of yourself. That's all I can say. I am a 2D anime man on the screen. Yeah. So feel free to share things if you do want to. But just, yeah, if they're too particularly, like, deep, I might not be able to address them on stream. I do not have the maturity to. I am not trained to. So the best I might be able to do is just to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope things get better. That's all I can do. And I hope you take care of yourselves. There's also a link to a place to find help for a lot of countries, but not everyone. But if you want to use that, that might help. 11, do not call me husband, wife, daddy, master, etc. in chat. As it'll make me and others feel uncomfortable. Like I said, I'm actually pretty fine with it, to be honest, but it can make people in chat very uncomfortable, and, you know, it can distract from things. Like, if I'm in the middle of, like, some big emotional thing, or we're playing some game, there's a deep plot line going on, and people are just like, oh, hey, daddy, I hope you're doing well. You're looking extra breedable today. Yeah. That's why that rule is there. Feel free to call me, like, Ku-sensei, Ku-chan, Feli, anything like that, but just, yeah, anything that's basically a pet name, like romantic sexual coded kind of one, just not on stream. Feel free to go nuts out of stream. Call me like father, mother, daddy, wife, whatever. It's all good. Whatever you want to refer to me as, that's up to you guys in the community. I will read it. I will probably laugh. That's about it. Feel free to go nuts outside of the stream. Like I said, yeah, I don't police outside of stream unless I see something that's actually dangerous occurring. 12. During streams, keep the chat focused on what's going on the stream. Take personal conversations to DMs, Discord, or Twitter live threads. And I have the hashtag Oshieteyoku-sensei hashtag, which is for my live. So feel free to share about like anything that's going on stream on there, if it's like something that'll just, you want discussion about. I will go through those, because actually, every Monday, I'm going to do a show called Oshieteyoku-sensei. The joke of which is, I won't teach you guys shit. I'm going to be sitting in front of my classroom and being like, hey guys, what are we discussing today? I'm going to go through like live hashtags. I'm going to interact with chat. I might bring up some topics of my own and do discussion, but it's just a yap session, essentially. It's a just chatting stream every Monday that I just want to catch up on everything on. And then we're also going to do scrapbooking. If you haven't already followed the channel, I've decided I want to do like scrapbooking every week and collecting my memories so that I can keep them as like a compilation, so that if I look back on my streaming career in like a year, 3 years, 10 years, whatever, I can just be like, oh, this is what I did this week. This is some of the beautiful fan art that I collected and shared. These are some of the thumbnails, some of the games I played and how much I liked them. These are some of the events I went to. So we're not doing that this week, but next week we're going to do a double one for technically the week before this and this week, where I'm going to talk a lot about Anime Impulse, because I got to go to Anime Impulse pre-debut and it was so crazy. So I have a lot to talk about when it comes to that. Today we're a bit focused on other things, but yeah, we'll dive into that. I like scrapbooking. I am an old man. But that's going to be the Monday Oshieteyoku-sensei streams. And I might start them just by being like, Oshiete ku sensei. Because I'm stupid and like copyright claims. Okay. Ku sensei for the video. How did I get into that topic? Oh, Oshiete Ku sensei, right? That was number 12. And don't at other people in chat. It's distracting and makes some people uncomfortable. Some people very much just want to blend into the background. They want to occasionally chat. And if people like try to respond to them, they get put on the spot. It's a social situation. They don't like it. So just try not to at people in chat. If you want to respond to something somebody else said, just be like, yeah, no, totally. Like respond to it casually without the at, just so it doesn't call attention to them. Some people can get really uncomfortable with that. And I get it. I get it. It's a social situation. And a lot of people are here just to turn off their brain, have fun, and interact with the streamer. So that's it. That's a lot of rules, but don't worry. Like, I will call things out if people are being continuous, and I have an amazing moderating team. The moderating team is actually we made avatars for them based off of the kids, the phantom faces, Pupal personas. So if you get timed out by a moderator, you'll never know who they actually are in chat. They'll be using their moderator account, which is just called like Pupal TA. And then one of the things that's being like one of the characters references. So yeah, I've got a bunch of silent moderators who will just time out people and warn people when they need it. Other than that, they're just going to relax and enjoy. Beyond that, let me and the mods deal with issues in chat. One rule break will get you a timeout, and I will ban if I see your name coming up multiple times. If someone has been overly rude or antagonistic in a single message, I'm going to skip straight to a ban at my own discretion. So yeah, I like to keep my chat healthy and happy. If I see somebody who's trying to cause issues, it will be a ban. It will be a ban. So yeah. But thank you, moderators, for all the incredible work you do. I love having you here. And thank you guys for being here. Okay, we're done with the chat rules. So yeah, now I can actually go back to the bedroom and I'll show off some more of this costume for you guys. Hello, everybody. Okay, so now I'll actually do what I said I was going to do earlier, but I realized I should go through the chat rules first. Oh yeah, I was going to turn on super chats too. Let me do that real quick. We'll just turn on super chats so they're active if anybody does want to share anything. But again, like I said during the chat rules, it's just a tip. And today I'm definitely not going to be able to have time to read any of them. So feel free to if you want to. I'm just turning them on so they're active. Super chat, super stickers, super thanks. So yeah, it's just, you know, this is my career. So I will have those on. Don't feel like you need to. And thank you to everybody who's joined the membership. I can't believe I was supposed to activate the membership at this time as well. Nobody was supposed to be able to do any kind of monetization until this point. The whole point was it was supposed to be like, let's not get that in the way while we're debuting. Get used to me, get used to the idea of what these streams are going to be and what type of streamer I am. And then you can join. I messed it up. I'm very sorry. I was trying to set up the membership and it went live and you can't turn it off. So at least it meant we already had like so many things, emote slots. So we've been able to fill up the emotes. I can actually throw in more emotes. I have some Féileacán and Cú emotes. Should I throw those in now? You know what? Yeah, let's make it a bit more happy that way as well. I'm going to throw in the extra Féileacán and Cú emotes. They've all been done by CM. Serotonin on Twitter. We'll talk about them when we get back to the credits scenes. But yeah, let me throw in the new emotes so that you guys can play with the Féileacán and Cú ones and see what they look like. Memberships, badges and emoji. Okay. We now have 35 emote slots. I did not prepare that many emotes. You guys are too lovely. Thank you guys so much, but I'll throw them in real quick. All the stuffs, emotes. 300 pixels, sure. Okay, we've got Cú dead, Cú hugging a Pupal, Cú doing a half heart, which will match with a Pupal. Feli with a fire behind him. Feli looking in through a door. Feli giving a thumbs up. Cú being a clown. Okay, that's all of them. It won't take too long. Clown. Thumb. Door. Actually, I'll call that one G. because it's Feli looking behind a door like, gee. Feli with the fire behind him is called fine because this is fine. Half for Cú because he's doing a half heart with a pupal. Hug. And dead. In fact, I'll call it Dedge. There we go. Save and publish. Okay, it accepted them. Awesome. So yeah, those emotes should become active. Holy crap, that's a lot of donation. Huh? Okay, that wasn't Hunted a Keika. It's just somebody using the same avatar as them on Twitter. I was like, wait, what? Welcome everybody. That's, oh my god, thank you guys so much. Jesus Christ. I didn't expect that much when I clicked back in. But the new emotes, oh, they're already being used. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, that was me when I clicked back into the room. I was like, okay, I'll add the emotes as well. And then suddenly I just see all of the donations. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive. And I hope you guys will enjoy this stream and this community in the future. So there are some fun things you can do with the emotes. You'll notice that I have it set up so that you can do like Feli doing a thumbs up and Cú doing a half heart together. So they can do the meme together. Cú can be doing the half heart at the side. Feli can reach out his thumb and just be like, nah, you're cool. I will not share romance with you. I will not share emotion with you, but you're doing a good job. On the opposite side, you can actually do a Pupal and Cú half heart. Those two can actually go together and both make a heart between them. So they can share a heart. Feli and Cú, yeah. I thought the meme would be perfect for that. Okay, now we're finally actually back on track. It only took me 40 minutes. So sorry. Okay, for the next like 10 to 20 minutes, feel free to ask me like anything you want about like the model, the looks, make me zoom in, make me show things. I'm here for you guys now. Then we'll do the credits and we'll give people the proper thanks that they deserve. And yeah, and then we'll just chat for a little bit. Distractions. I know, I've got so many shiny toys to play with. We love a Yap King. I'm glad to hear that because that is most assuredly what I am. Sometimes problematically. You can't help yourself. I know. Bicep close up for science. Okay. Sounds good to me. This bicep right about here. It's not that huge, guys. I mean, I know it's pretty defined, but it's not like Bara. I mean, I definitely say I'm twunk rather than twink, but it's not that big. Nothing wrong with a yapper? Good. I do got backstroke for days. The delts go pretty damn hard. Show your appreciation to Rock whenever you would like to. Rock did such a good job. And yeah, Rhea and Hal when it came to the rigging. Oh, they're such masters. Permission to do what to Sensei? Oh god, I don't know what I just read. It went by too quickly. Like a Cloud Strife type of build. Yeah, I think I'm a tiny bit thicker than Cloud, but not by much. Cloud's pretty fine. Cloud's definitely a tiny bit thicker than Sephiroth too, and I'm, as you can tell, I'm more of a Sephiroth fan. But there ain't nothing wrong with some lean meat. Abs close up, pretty please. Okay, the outfit that's better for that is definitely Feli's one. I'll put on his hair too. And then I'll take off the cape. Yeah, this actually gets you a better view of the abs than anything else. There you go. Abdominus. Use my core. Also, you notice this bit of the hips. I'm not sure if anybody pointed it out during the live chat while I had other things going on, but I'm slightly translucent. Let's just say there is a version of this outfit which I will never use, but Rock just showed me while it was being made, where these belts are out of the way, and you can see what that little translucent bit actually leads down into. So yeah, if Rock ever wants to share that in the future, that does exist. There is a version of this outfit where it's just straight up like, oh god, you see how low it goes, you see where it goes, you see how much skin is shown at those hips. Congrats on your debut, Sensei. Ah, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. The cake is also a good cake. Yes. Look at these hips. Also on the character sheet, I dropped the character sheet on Twitter like right near the beginning. You probably see how much of a booty I have. You can only really see the hips here. I don't twist enough to see the cake, but you get the general idea. Is that a leotard? It might be. Zanny's in chat. Hello, Xander. I hope you're having a lovely day, brother. It's nice to finally meet you. We've been having a lot of fun over this summer. Me and Zanny have gotten to know each other very well. And so I hope we'll be spending a lot of time together in the future. For the first couple of weeks, I'm not going to do too many collabs. I maybe just drop into one like in the evening or so. But yeah, I love Zanny. Zanny's such a lovely person. Thank you so much for all the support, brother. I hope you're having a lovely day. I saw so many other amazing people being so sweet in chat as well. I'll try to catch them as we go. Double packed cake. It needs belts to be contained. So many belts to be held back. Very well, you say. Very well. Zanny's lovely. I hope you guys will love him too. Have a cookie, Sensei. Oh, thank you. Delicious. Thank you. I love me some cookies. Sensei, do you have a hex color? Not so much. Most of my stuff, as you can see, is very like monochrome. When I post like hearts and stuff, I tend to use a gray heart for myself, and I tend to use a black heart for Feileacan. So yeah, I guess black, gray, that kind of thing. Some shade of gray. Not 50 of them. Just, yeah. Some shade of gray for me. Probably black for Feileacan. Or maybe like a darker gray. Yeah. The double hearts. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Somebody did the thing. I'll zoom in on that one. You are right. They're making a love heart between the pair of them. Also, that avatar is terrifying. I now regret zooming in so close on that, but that's very sweet. Thank you for sharing that emote combination. Love how the butterfly poncho cardigan. Can we see it closer, please? Yes, I didn't show that off too well because technically this is a thing that's going to come up in the future. Let me change my hair because this is the Cú outfit. But yeah, this is a thing that's going to come up in the future because you'll notice it's not quite fully rigged yet. It's still being cooked. Rhea has been an absolute legend throughout everything, doing so well, doing so beautifully. This is currently not fully rigged. It also can't currently work with my whip hand. So yeah, it currently breaks immersion a little bit. So for now, it's just a placeholder. But yeah, this is my actual main outfit. My main outfit does include this cardigan. And someday I would love like a real version of this to be made. It looks so comfy. It looks so adorable. I'd love to see Pupals wearing this. The colors are so beautiful. I love it. And it matches the design of the dusk butterfly, which our first ever emote spam. Feel free to share a lot of dusk butterflies in chat. I'd love to see them. Ooh, long hair looks so good with the cardigan. Really? Oh, it does actually. The way it like leans down on the cardigan, I look much more mature and refined. I like that. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh yeah, thank you for the dusk butterflies. Perfect. Yes, my dust butterflies have those same color combinations. Colors that I am very attached to and love very much. So I wanted to bring them with me in this life and the next. I'm already planning crocheting that cardigan, Sensei. I hope it comes out as a reality eventually. Oh, I hope it does. I'll turn it off now because I don't want to like disturb Rhea. Rhea has worked so hard on this beautiful model. Everything is so perfect. Everything is so bouncy. But there will be updates in the future. There were some things we couldn't implement at debut. I'm not going to spoil the rest of them. The cardigan is one of them. And there's some other bells and whistles that are... They're going to make immersion way better when we're doing like our read-throughs. There's going to be a couple more things to play with. So look forward to that. I definitely want to make one somehow. I hope it goes well, Jade Cat. I'm glad to hear that. You look so handsome. Thank you. And say you're so cute. Oh, you guys are too nice. Something tells me we're all in for a treat. Okay, here's the thing. I love playing dress up. There's a reason that Infinity Nikki is one of the games on my like most appreciated like chill games. Even though I know the company has been doing some things, but I still love Infinity Nikki. I didn't play the last two updates because I was too busy, but I love playing dress up. And now I can dress up in all kinds of ways. So yeah, I'm probably going to be getting like a lot of outfits and hairstyles. I've already thought about like the next two hairstyles I want for like Cú and Feileacan specifically. I'm not going to get an outfit for a while. That takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and stuff. And I kind of want to reward myself by like getting towards the end of the first book's writing before I get a new outfit. My outfits, they've already got like so many toggles and options, but I would like some different hairstyles. But in the future. Not anytime soon. I have worked Rock and Rhea and How to the brink. They've been working so hard over this summer. They didn't get to enjoy this summer, and I'm so sorry. So they can enjoy their time for a little while, and then I'll be like, okay, guys, now I need to bother you again. Kuchan, can you share your hair care routine? Sure. I wash it every 2 to 3 days, and I use conditioner maybe once every week or 2 weeks. That's it. Like, I'm really sorry to tell you, I am just blessed with naturally nice hair. Also, you shouldn't wash your hair more than like once a day. A lot of people wash their hair every time they shower. It's not great for it. It's not great for it. Thank you for the warning, sir. No problem. I never want to go bald. I was fine with going gray early. That was completely fine with me. If I go bald, I will cry. I can't pull off a bald head. I know that much. Say no more. A few more things to draw. Thank you, artists and riggers. Oh, that's another thing. If you don't know about VTube Studio too well, like, let me just jump into over here. Oh, put on the cape. And hold my daughter. Why does it keep switching my model? VTube Studio is being weird with me. It's not letting me hold my door. Yeah, it changed me again. Eh? Did it like crash? I'll be right back. Just troubleshooting a little bit. I'm sure Rhea can tell me exactly what's going on with that. Anyway. Oh, I pressed the button. It's me. I am the problem. I'm the problem. When I changed to the hand for the drawing, I changed back to an old version of the model. I am so sorry. I changed to an older version. Anyway, that's why I couldn't do this. I have my toggle set up for the old version because we got the updated version like 3 days ago. I got the updated version of the model 3 days ago. I got my chat CSS box literally last night. I got most of my assets about 6 days ago. The finished version of the animation came in 2 days ago. Laura Shigihara's song was finished like 3 days ago. Despite the fact that I had so much time to prepare, we still had a lot going on down to the wire. Anyway, I'm happy to be here is I guess what I'm saying. Like, this is the relaxing part. Pro streamer, by the way. I know, right? I'm supposed to be... Don't hit me with the clowns. No. I shouldn't have given you guys that power. I am already regretting it. I should have just kept in, like, the Pupals being tortured. Oh, your daughter is the cutest? Yeah, this is one of Féileacan's 2 daughters. He has 2 daughters and a son. This is Widow. She is 4 years old. She's adorable. But yeah, one thing that I wanted to show people, because I know a lot of people are used to more of like a corporate VTuber kind of setting. With VTube Studio, if you guys ever draw me an asset and like do the layering properly, if you... because I hired Natsumeko to make this one, so you have to like do the layers properly. But essentially, when you make an asset for me, I can actually have it rigged. I can pay a rigger to rig it up to like attach it to my body and have it react to like, I can make her wink. I can make her close her eyes. There are even animations I can play. We haven't got any animations for any of these, but you can like, if I wanted to, I could like just hire a rigger and an artist to make a really quick like rig and animated thing where I could have like her move a little bit. Oh yeah, I didn't show the lower bit. She actually does move her legs. She kicks her little feet a little bit while she's hanging on. That's so cool. Yeah, no. I'm going to be talking a lot about like the features of VTube Studio while I'm here because just I've been blown away by it. I have learned so many things. I'm able to do so many new things and just having assets like this is great. So I might, rather than commissioning like full costumes, we might get like little assets for while we're doing the read-through streams for like looking a bit more in place in some of the worlds that we go to. So I can play dress up. That's actually why I have the shirtless toggle. The shirtless toggle is not just like, haha, I want to be shirtless. The shirtless toggle is so that absolutely nothing gets in the way if I want to put like assets over top of things and dress myself. So don't worry. I'm not here to just like tease you guys. Anyway, you go to sleep, baby. She is the cutest. But yeah, he's got 3 children. We'll find out more about them as the story goes on, but you can also find out the basic storyline of them on the blog right now if you want to check them. 3D is coming, right? It is actually in one of my streaming goals, so we will go through that later. Shirtless. No. Unironically, do you have a bald toggle? No, thankfully. I can't pull off bald. Kuchad, are those hip windows? Yes, they are. We talked about them a bit earlier. There is a version where you can actually see them like behind the belts and actually with the trousers off, because this does go a bit lower than you might expect. But yeah, those are hip windows. It's translucent, skin-tight material. I don't know what it's made of. I don't know what this is made of. Feli comes from another world. He can do what he wants to do. Bald would be funny, though. No bald toggle. Look, man. I didn't even ask for the shirtless toggle. Rhea threw that in. Rhea was just like, I mean, I have the nude model base. I can just throw this in. And it was like, there's also a version of the outfit that has just underwear that Rock just designed from the ground up while we were going. And it was like, I am truly a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Bald toggle for April the 1st. I'm not planning on it, but who knows? Clown asset when? Well, if I did have one, I could just pop it on top of my head. I could technically have a head pat asset right now. VTube Studio already comes with a bunch of fun assets that you can put on. I could give myself cat ears. I could give myself a head pat. I haven't set any of those up, so we're not going to. Oh, the black shirt and short hair, please. Sure. This is most of what I was doing yesterday during my meet and greets as well. When I came in, I was like in silhouette mode. I was in like the Feileacan outfit that everybody's seen. And then as soon as people showed up, I hit this. I was just immediately like, hi. There was some fun reactions. There were definitely, because I get the idea that like not everybody's going to like this art style. This art style is unique. Personally, I love it. That's why as soon as I saw Rock's art, I fell in love and I was like, oh, should you do a VTube model? But I know a lot of people are going to see this art style and they're just instantly going to be like, oh, it's not anime. It's so detailed. It's so weird. It's up to each person's discretion. I love it. To me, it's like visual novel-ish. It's very like Fata Morgana, Castlevania. I mean, you can see that I am a fucking Castlevania fiend. Like, there's no question about that. And Fata Morgana has been such an inspiration to me as well. So yeah. The mole is hot. Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, here's the short hair with the black outfit. Ooh, and I'll even put on the cape. The cloak. Hello. It's beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. Creative place for a mole. Yeah, it was just my real mole. The Belmont vibes are just oozing. Oh yeah. Oh god, I wonder if I was using an old version of the model when I showed off the whip. God, I really hope not. No, I was still using the right one. It definitely moved this much. I just didn't show it that much. But yeah, huge fan of the Belmonts. They're my main in Smash Bros. Ultimate as well. Metal whips are such a cool idea to me. So the fact that Feli gave me one, so beautiful. I love the like opal bits on the handle, the face on the top. He calls it the binding barbs. Me personally, I call it Barbara. The tip is so well designed. Rock was so fucking badass for this. Look at the designs on it, the flare. Feli Belmont. I mean, if we can have Belmonts in Elden Ring with the whole like the house of blah blah, I forget the actual like house name, but they are basically Belmonts in Elden Ring and it's great. Barbara is beautiful. Yeah, she is. Please don't use it in class. Don't give me a reason to. There's literally an emote of a pupal getting hit in the head by it. Thoughts on collabs? I love collabs. I do different things with different people on collabs. Sometimes I'm like the relaxed, like mature person who's calm and trying to bring everyone together. Like in the past when I've played like Pico Park, I would sometimes be the person who's like, come on guys, okay, let's time it up. Let's get it all together. Like I'll be relaxed. And then other times I am the complete opposite. I am the troll who messes with people. I thrive in collabs. I like matching the energy whoever I'm collabing with. So yeah, we're not going to do collabs for a little bit because I just want to get used to you guys. I want to get used to our community being together. But yes, we are going to have collabs in the future. And I have a lot of people that I've already been talking to that I like a lot that I hope to introduce to our community. They've passed the vibe check. Let's put it that way. The menace, exactly. Pico Park is made for trolls. Yeah, I think that's like half of the fun. Pico Park is an asylum. True. Feli. Cú. I'm trying to sneak to the butterflies, but the clank of my armor keeps alerting the guards. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak. Yeah, pretty much. Cú, I'm trying to sneak to the butterflies, but the clank of my butt cheeks keeps alerting the guards. Guys, don't forget to follow Sensei. Yes, follow me into the unknown. Guys, does he have Silas vibes? I'm not sure if I have Silas vibes. Definitely not personality-wise. Any other languages you can speak? Nah. Tiny bit of Japanese, tiny bit of Mandarin, tiny bit of Spanish, but I'm English. Just English. I think the sway of your hips would also distract the guards. Yeah, you know what? Feli can just walk up to them like, hey there. How you doing? They won't worry about anything. They'll just be like, he can approach. He can most assuredly approach. I mean, in the design. Oh, you guys do think I've given Silas vibes in the design? I need red eyes. Also, one thing, I don't think I showed this off quite enough. Like, my God, I love the way this mouth move. What that mouth do? So much. Like I can tilt my mouth to the side. It's so cool. Which means I can do like a sexy, like, sideways smile, like, hey. It's so cool. And I can puff up my cheeks. I think I showed that during the debut, but yeah, I'm like. And yeah, I like the big reaction that you get when you do like He's so expressive. He's so much fun. The rig is so good. Rhea is an absolute master. Smirk? Yeah, smirk and with the fangies. Your eyes kind of remind me of Arcane. Oh, thank you. I love Arcane's art style too. Yeah, this is kind of like a 2.5D kind of thing. Like some of the features of this outfit look truly 3D with the way that the art is and the way that the rigging worked. Look at the metal on that belt. God, Rhea, Rock, How, you guys are incredible legends. Can you do an F-boy mouth? Let's see. Is an F-boy mouth is just the side smile, right? So wouldn't that just be... Isn't that the F-boy mouth? So, what's it like to be so baby girl and so Belmont? It's my world and everyone else is just living in it. It feels fantastic. I'm a Belmont girl in a Belmont world. Oh my God. Why so cute? Lip biting as well. I don't think I can do that. Oh, I can kind of bite my top lip. I can give myself an underbite, but no, I can't like bite my lip. Close though, close. What I can do is stick out my tongue. That is just so freaking amazing to me. My mind was blown when that was shown to me. We can bite it for you. There we go. See, it's fine. Chat's got my back. Put that thing away. How dare? It's just a tongue. I can stick out my tongue whenever I want. Bless V-Bridger. Yeah, V-Bridger's incredible. I'm just got to have so much fun with this. I can also lean in a little bit. One of the things that we're going to have an update on in the future. Spoilers. Shut up, Kuchan. I personally love the earrings. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're kind of hidden. I got the one blue one over here, which is just like a circle. And I got over here the little dangly that kind of matches the whip and the other metal accents. And that is on both of my forms. They come with me to Féileacan. You just can't see them as well. Yeah, they're still in there. They're just buried because he has so much hair. I love these bits of hair that curl around the face too. Hi guys. Wee, 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 wee. Look at them. Look at them. Can you tell I like Dunmay? Can you tell that my favorite Dunmay designs are the ones with the long hair that curl into the face? Like Law Bing He in the Thai version of the novel cover. Like Shizun from Scumvillain and a bunch of them. So happy. I'm so happy. Your eyes are so pretty. Aw, thank you. You do? I couldn't tell. Sensei Hua Chung confirmed. Yo, if this hair was black, it wouldn't actually be... Oh, fuck. I never thought about... Sorry. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to keep my power level down low. But yeah, no, my God. If this hair was black, and I'm pretty sure I can just customize that in VTube Studio. There's a way you can like chroma dye different parts of hair. But this hair by itself is something like hundreds of layers, so it would take forever. But still, this but black is pretty close to what? Even the braid. That wasn't even intentional. I didn't even mention Hua Chung, because to me, I was like, yeah, Law Bing He in the Thai version. As soon as somebody pointed that out, I was like, oh. Now that you mention it. Anime version. You didn't recognize? I legitimately didn't. That's so funny. Unintentional cosplay. I mean, we've just got similar hair. I could do a very intentional cosplay in the future. It was meant to be. Yeah. The eyeshadow is slaying. Aw, thank you. I love the eyeshadow. And I love the fact that I have this. I can do this on both models too. It isn't just actually on the Feli one. I just like to think that Feileacan uses eyeliner. I love being able to play with this expression because it can just look like actually sad. You could actually be sad with the running mascara, or you could fully go on with like a yeah, I'm gonna like I said, I'm a Belmont girl and a Belmont I basically put everything I love into this and it works. Bro, that's scary. Good. It should be. Sounds like Joker. I didn't mean for it to sound like Joker, but yeah, I'm good with that. It could sound like Joker. I wanted to do more of like a menacing, like more like that, but you're right. I did hit more of a Joker. I really like the Higurashi laugh, actually. Let me just, there we go. I like the Higurashi laugh where it starts off cute and it slowly gets more and more crazy. Also, yes, we are going to be playing the shit out of Silent Hill F when it comes out. I'm a huge fan of Higurashi no Naku Koroni. I'm a huge fan of Silent Hill. So the fact that those two are combining is blowing my freaking mind. But yeah, let's try a Higurashi laugh that normally starts off like cute, like... It kind of turned into a Final Fantasy X Tidus laugh. I didn't quite get there. I'd need a few more goes. I am not a voice actor. Unlike Michaela Laws. You know what? Good sidestep, Kuchan. You're doing great here. Not to be weird, but can Fei and Cú actually touch, or is it just like a projection depending on what world they're in? Ooh, that's a very good question. That's a very lore important question. So the only universe they can actually touch in is when they're in the tracks between. The tracks between is the realm where they're on the train. On the train, they kind of like enter the tracks between universes. So like when they touch a soul and go into their universe, they spend like a short transitional period in the tracks between. In that world, they're actually two physical beings. Why? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in time. But yeah, everywhere else, yeah, Feileacan is just like existing inside of me. He's just like a ghost inside my body. We use like in the webtoon, we use the manifestation of just showing like a version of them outside the body like a ghost. But basically he's inside me now. He's just listening to everything. He's very good at like hiding his emotions. He can feel my emotions all the time. Like even when he controls the body, he knows I'm there. He can feel me. We can hear each other's thoughts. We're both inside each other is what I'm saying. But yeah, in the tracks between, we actually can interact with each other. There's two of us. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! That's actually a great choice. That's how... When I tried to explain it to Chris Nguyen about the webtoon, yeah, when I was explaining it to her, she was like, oh, so like Yu-Gi-Oh! You want me to do it like that for the webtoon? And I was like, yes. I hadn't thought of that, but that is actually perfect. It's Yami. It's Yami inside of Yugi, and he is slightly taller. When she pointed that out to me, I was like, oh no, you are so right. So I'm glad you pointed out the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, because yeah, Chris is a huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. So when she thought about the idea of using the ghost outside the body with the slight glow, and yeah, I explained that to her, she was like, oh, so like Yu-Gi-Oh. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. And he's also slightly taller, just like Yami. And I was like, shit, this is all kinds of things. It's Persona, it's Rakuen, it's Alanja. It's so many things. Yu-Gi-Oh, all wrapped together. Is Yu-Gi-Oh coded? Hell yeah. I love Chris, absolute genius. Yes. Okay, now let's actually do it. I keep getting distracted, but let's head back to the classroom. Whee! Okay, we back, and I'm gonna put my glasses on. But yeah, now we'll actually go through the credits. We'll go through the credits and talk about everything that everybody put into this project, because we've been cooking this for very long. So they switch. Oh yeah, they definitely switch. There is no question about that. Neither one is top or bottom. They are both just based in that way. I'll put this one over here. There, you guys can lean on me a little bit so that I can grab chat. Kuchan, will we get a laughing emote, or am I blind? I don't know if I didn't upload it. I'm pretty sure there is a laughing one. Oh, there is a laughing one. I haven't uploaded it yet. I missed that one. It was a gift from CM. So yeah, we'll share that at some point. Where are my babies? These are the emotes, by the way. I have an emote showcase that they made for me, which was so sweet of them. So yeah, these are the emotes by Serotonin. Where is my slides? There we go. Okay. So yeah, we'll go through these and get to the credits. We have a bit more time now, so we'll be able to spend time on things as we go through. Féileacán and Cú, I went through that. I went through the likes and dislikes. All good. Metamorphosis lost. Okay, yeah, we'll start here. No, let's start at the credits. Let's start at the credits, and then let's do the actual slides. Okay, so Roxy R, like I said, incredible artist, has such a beautiful style. Legend did not know anything about Live 2D before I messaged them. Somehow managed to pick it up thanks to the instruction from both Ria and Hal, and created this amazing model. Followed all the instructions to like layer everything properly and give it like all these layers and everything going on. So I am so happy with that. I'm so happy that it managed to work out. This was like a dream team combo where I was like, I don't know how this will work out. It was, we were like, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Ria has been an absolute goddess since I met her. Like, since I met her, I was just like, Ria, would you, like, I've got this plan that I want to do. It's got to be a very complicated art style. The artist doesn't know anything about Live 2D. And I want some really complicated things. Like, I want technically 2 outfits at once on the debut. There's got to be an animation, a webtoon, a story. I would like to have like a pointer arm that I can move around. And Ria was like, okay. Ria was like, okay, I probably can't do that myself, but I have this friend Hal who is also incredible at everything that they do. Between the two of us, we can probably link up with your artist. The art style is very unique. So yeah. And so we've been sitting in a Twitter DM group for the last several months. Also, Rock did a special gift for us. At the end of stream, I think, roughly. It's either going to be around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Rock did a special piece of art of Feileacan. So look forward to that. They're going to share it later when we've done like everything else. Oh yeah, I have to share the model showcase. Sorry. I'm just going to post this on Twitter real quick. I had a couple of ones that were scheduled for during the debut. This one I was just supposed to drop now. So perfect. There we go. Okay, that should upload by itself in time. And I've got one more to drop later. Perfect. Oh my god, Lemaire, how did you do such beautiful art already? Sorry. Okay, I did my Twitter thing. It's done. I'm done. Don't worry. Free. I just wanted to share the model showcase because, yeah, there's a model showcase now on Twitter. Ria actually recorded a video for me of the showcase, and I wanted to, like, share that while this was still going on so people can see the amazing work they did and go back to them. I'm also going to go back to the debut. I'm going to edit it a little bit so that I can put all of the credits into the debut. They're not going to be in every video because the rules take up too much space, but there's always going to be a link to the full credits on my blog, which will be expanding as we get like new assets and new art and other things going on in the future. I think people noticed it while the animation was playing the first time with Laura Shigihara's song. But the animation, I'm planning on it slowly going further onwards as well. Like, you noticed that there's a part in the train where the train is in the real world and Hannah Anderson's human version appears on the train next to Cú and Feileacan. And then it flashes and it turns into her tier world in the carriage. And she's there with them. I'd like to keep adding more lost souls as we go through the story and continue on to different parts of the story, more acta. And then we might add more people to the ending scene as well, where like everybody lines up together. So yeah, I think that would be cute. We'll see if it actually happens. Animations are very expensive, and poor Studio Yuraki have had to deal with so much from me as it is, but that's the thing I want to do in the future, to like continue the story, continue expanding things. We'll see if it works out. Hannah Anderson's story isn't going to be too long, but every actor after that's going to be pretty long, so it'll be nice to just like add more lost souls, make like the ending scene where it slowly fades out a bit faster, and just have more souls show up. Very anime opening, anime ending kind of vibes. But yeah, just in general, I am so freaking happy with this team. This model is so beautiful to me. Like I said, I know it's not for everyone, but for me, this is peak. This is absolute peak. So Hao, Ria, Rock, thank you for all the incredible work you did over these last several months. I like the fangs. Thank you. The fangs weren't even a design choice. I'm not even going to lie. Rock put those in. I remember there was one point where we didn't have any teeth inside the mouth. And Rock was like, oh, I needed to add teeth. My bad. Added them. And then the next time I saw the model update, it was like, oh, by the way, you're a vampire. And I was like, cool. I'm more Alucard than Belmont now. It's so beautiful. I'm crying. Me too. Okay, these amazing people. Sakura Bamu, both the words, Kuchan. Both of the thumbnails for today, which are also used in the animation, where we have a flash of Feileacan with his children and Cú with the rest of the cast of Metamorphosis Lost, the teachers and the main children from Harmony Park. Those were done by Sakura Bamu. Some of the official art you've seen, I've got a lot of like sprite work as well. We've got sprite versions of Cú and Feileacan and the children and some other characters that haven't been revealed yet. We've been cooking. Don't worry, you'll find them eventually. Yeah, we've got a lot of things going on there. So Sakura Bamu has been so instrumental in everything that I've done on Metamorphosis Lost. We've already got literally the first scene from the book drawn up and ready to go for the read through. So much beautiful art. So yeah, Sakura Bamu's art style is incredible. I'm so blessed that I get to work with them. It's going to be so much fun. And I might use some of that art in the future for official merchandise. I did see people asking earlier on, did you have any plan for like any kind of merchandise? I do have plans. There's nothing concrete right now, but look forward to my birthday. My birthday is going to be November the 7th. That probably should have been on a slide somewhere, but it's not. But yeah, there's going to be some things happening like around November 7th if things go well. I didn't have time to do anything for debut, and we don't really need anything for debut, but we've got a lot of cool assets that we can use in the future. And I really want fans to be able to like show off their appreciation to things by carrying around things like plushies and eater bags and cosplay items. Like I would love to get some of these things made in like cosplay version with like the belt charm or the bracelet. Things like that, as well as like plushies. I'd love people to be able to carry around their plushies just in their eater bags and bring them to conventions and just show off the fact that they love the characters. The chat is so far behind. I'm so sorry, guys. It's doing its best to keep up. The cardigan. I would love to do the cardigan. But yeah, there are some things planned for November, other things that I'm planning in the future. Anyway, Chris Nguyen has also been like, these four have worked so instrumentally with me on everything on Metamorphosis Lost. Chris Nguyen, I originally approached them like a long time ago. I think almost a year at this point when I first started dreaming up this story, and asked if they would like to do a webtoon version full of spin-off stories. And that very quickly turned into, oh, what if I ask you to do the first original meeting of Féileacán and Cú? And that way we have like a debut lore trailer video and turn it into a motion comic. My writing style when it comes to like scripting the webtoons is not good. So I'm glad Chris is able to always take my terrible, terrible work and turn it into beautiful webtoons. Like I said, the webtoon is going to be updated semi-regularly. There's currently like another chapter being worked on, so we'll see when that releases. What's the name of the webtoon? It's just also Metamorphosis Lost. Maybe I should have given it like a subtitle, but no, it's just like Metamorphosis Lost, the webtoon. The novel is also going to be called Metamorphosis Lost. So yeah, they've just got the same name. It's just her one focuses on the first meeting. My one won't focus on the first meeting. It dives into October in the storyline. So Féileacán and me have already known each other for about 4 or 5 months at that point. We've gotten used to each other a bit, and we're, you know, helping souls pass on in our own way. So it just jumps into the action right away. But yeah, Chris is going to do like side stories involving all the other characters and just other souls and things going on. So I'm so happy. But yeah, webtoon artist, director, visionary, also the designer of the dusk butterfly, because I noticed really, really late, like I need a unique dusk butterfly design that would actually be like unique for us. So it took a while to get that working together. Chris did it so quickly, backed it out for me and saved my ass when I really badly needed one. And chibi artists, they did all this chibi art. So I'm actually, the scrapbooks that I'm going to be creating in the future, they're going to use stickers that are a combination of Chris's artwork, and she's going to be releasing some official, or not official, it's technically fan merch, but it was commissioned by me, but it's going to be on her store, and it's hers. Like, I commissioned it just to use in the scrapbook projects, but she's done some really cool things that she'll be sharing on her store later. Damn it, somebody already figured it out. But yeah, she's been cooking as well. So there are going to be things that you can buy pretty much straight away. None of the profits will go to me, but yeah, no, Chris deserves it. I hope that you guys enjoy those. I'm going to buy some for myself. I've already bought lots of things from Chris's store. Chris is an incredible artist, and I'm so happy to be working with them. Sir, question, are we allowed to write fanfics about your characters? Definitely. Fan creations are the blood life of VTubers. So yes, I would love if you guys write fan fiction, draw fan art. I actually had a thing to say about this. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Oh, I wish I'd grabbed that comment. I did it. Are we allowed to write fanfics about your characters? Yeah, so I actually had something to say about this. One of the best things about Metamorphosis Lost and Féileacán and Cú to me is the fact that they are technically universe hoppers. They come from their own universe, but they go into other people's tiers, which can be like fantasy vibed, they can be historical vibed, they can be sci-fi vibed. They're their own little worlds. And in every world, I get my like own costume and we solve things. But yeah, in general, we're universe hoppers. We get through the tracks between, we go into a different world. So any fan art that's drawn, any fan fiction that's written, any fan creations, any cosplays, technically any version could just be a real version of Féileacán. Féileacán are universe hoppers. They have so many different designs. They have so many different looks. They travel to everywhere, so they could appear in any kind of media. It's actually one of the things that I love about these designs as well, where we have the official this design. We have the official novel design by Sakura Bamu, which you guys have seen in the ending screen and in the story art that I've shared already. We have the official anime design, and we have the official webtoon design. So there's already so many different multimedia versions of Féileacán and Cú. You can design them in any way you want. And yeah, I love the idea of like audience interaction. Like if you start your own like spin-off, your own story involving them, yeah, feel free to. I would love to read it. I would love to share it. I've already been reading some lovely fan fiction on Twitter where people have been like diving into my lore a little bit and like talking about the idea of the tracks between and the idea of like getting on a train to go to another world, transforming, going through a metamorphosis. And that is so fucking beautiful to me. I love sharing that with people. So yeah, if you want to embrace my stories to that level, I'd love it. Do you have a hashtag for fanfic of your characters? Not yet, but I did see a fan basically create one. There was a fan who has done some fan fiction. I forget what the fanfic hashtag was, but feel free to use that one. I'm not necessarily going to list every hashtag that you guys have to use. We'll go to the hashtags page eventually, but yeah, I definitely need an art one, and I did like Féileacan. We might use Féileacan. But yeah, in general, not a fanfiction hashtag just yet, but there is one out there somewhere, so yeah. Anyway, Chris Nguyen, thank you so much. Create every spin-off that you guys want to. I love fan art. I love fan fiction. I would love to see it. So thank you. Do you have any more stream BGMs that you want to share right now? I've actually shared them all throughout like my pre-debut period, but I will change because we've been on this one for a while. I really like this one though. Let's go back to this one. I like this one too. This has a very relaxing vibe as well to me. So this should be nice. But yeah, we have 13 actually. 13 songs on the Metamorphosis Lost soundtrack. I also own the rights to another soundtrack by Alex Kachan called... We're going to change the name on it, actually. But I have a full fantasy soundtrack as well that's going to come into play at Novel 2, at Book 2. So yeah, that one's got like, I think almost 20. So we have a lot of music in our backlog. And we can switch into the fantasy soundtracks whenever I feel like I could just share... What's a good one? Maybe this one. We could use this one. That doesn't feel right. No, that is right. Yeah. But anyway, I've got a lot of soundtracks that we'll be switching through. I'll go back to the other one for now, but yeah. 13 in the main Metamorphosis Lost Book 1 soundtrack, about 20 in the Book 2 soundtrack, and hopefully we'll have more in the Book 3 soundtrack. I'm also working with another composer for specific songs involving the storyline beats. So, yeah, other things going. Well, okay. Doorwood. Doorwood does fantastic, absolutely beautiful art. You've seen some of their backgrounds already. You've seen the Cash Land background multiple times in multiple OSTs. And in the storyline, that's the purple castle in the outro animation and stuff. They have such a unique art style. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I will be commissioning them to do a background for every single like tier we enter in the story. So I like the combination that we've got where we've got some backgrounds made by Studio Uraki that are very much anime style, modern looking, very detailed and nice. And then we have the Doorwood backgrounds, which tend to be more abstract, more paintery. They look more like oil or canvas paintings, which I think works perfectly for the idea of like going into another world. Suddenly, like, we're in a world that doesn't look quite realistic anymore. So yeah, we've got all the real world ones are done by Uraki, like the classroom, my bedroom, a couple of other ones. And yeah, then we've got the ones by Doorwood that are more like, yeah, abstract, artistic, oil painting-y. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. I've already got like spoilers. But I've got the one ready for Hannah, and there are a bunch of other ones that have been made as well. Alec Kachan, like I said, link in description because they don't have Twitter. They are smart and stay off of social media. An amazing composer that I've worked with on the Metamorphosis Lost soundtrack. They are so amazing. And yeah, I'm so happy with it. I'm glad I finally get to share it with you guys, even though it's also been all over the place on my channel already on videos. Headcanon, Cú used to have long hair, but cut it short to stop his students from obsessively braiding it. That's adorable. Also, where do you think the braid in Feileacan's hair came from? Children do like to braid hair. But yeah, that's adorable. I like that idea. I actually want a shorter hair version of Cú. I want one that gets like the hair out of the eyes. That's so cute. Yeah, I love that headcanon. That's adorable. Okay, credits, streaming assets. Ori. Made my logos, my icon, my schedule, my chat box, additional art and design. Legend. Absolute legend. I also have a thumbnail template to make everything look like very aligned with each other. Like if you see a Féileacán and Cú thumbnail, it's always going to have the same format after these ones. It has like a box in it that lets me put like the number of like how far we are into the game, as well as like a credit for the art and my logo on it and a border. It's so beautiful. So yeah, we're getting things a bit more professional around here since I have clippers who are going to be clipping certain video games that I play and cutting out like all of the less interesting bits to cut it really down to storyline and important segments, like a Let's Play channel. I'm hoping to have the editing for that kind of done like AlphaRad. If you've watched AlphaRad or like Volpixie, streamers like that who do like long running gaming streams and then cut down the important story bits, the chat interaction, the fun parts, the most interesting bits. So you take like a 6-hour live stream and cut it down to like a 20 to 40 minute video. Pixie highlights are fun. They're so good. Pixie has incredible editors. So I'm going to do my best to replicate a similar style to that. Oh my God, you can move your arm? Yeah, I can move my arm. I can move my arm completely, like, independently of everything else. It also moves with my body. But yeah, I can do like a, go white girl, go. Go white girl, go. Also, when I click, it does like a little tappa, tappa, tappa. Like I said, Rhea is a god. But yeah, I already have 3 editors that I'm going to be working with, and we're going to see how the edited videos work. Just because I want people to be able to enjoy the storylines without constantly looking and seeing, oh my god, you did like a 4 to 6 hour stream and I missed one and now I'm like 12 pages behind. Marie's in chat. Hey Marie, I hope you're doing well. Also beautiful. Oh god, your model looks gorgeous. I can't wait to see it. Your cover was great. So epic. Epic is what I will say. But thank you for being here. Dance for us? Oh hell yeah. Dance like nobody's watching. One thing that I did want to show off from Ori, we're going to head over to my gameplay scene, which is actually where we started. I used... Oh, I'll be quiet. The transition sounds. But yeah, currently it's just dark because I turned off Féileacan's background. This is technically a spoiler, by the way. We'll see that eventually in the story, but not for a really long time, so... Consider that a look ahead. But yeah, this is technically my gameplay stream. If I turn off myself in full body version, and then I turn on my frame, and then I have to move myself because this is a slightly different thing. This is what it's going to look like when I play games. I really liked this design style that I saw some other VTubers using, and I asked Ori to try and make something similar. And so we wound up with this. I will hide myself. I don't think I can do that here, actually. 1 second. I'll go to the scene where this is actually housed. You're in a box? Hell yeah. Looks like a that's all, folks asset. Yeah. Also, let me know. Can you guys hear me like during these transitions if I speak over them? I'm currently slightly off center. I'll need to fix that. But I have 2 versions. I am slightly off center. What's up with that? There we go. I have 2 versions where one of them's like up to the shoulders showing off, and sometimes when I want to do like a more in-depth reaction, I'll be down here so you can properly see my face. But yeah, let me hide myself. This is what the box actually looks like. It's multiple layers that I lean in between, and so you see more of the box the more I move, and when I'm like zoomed out a little bit, you get more of the shoulder. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. The design is so gorgeous. So when I go back to my gaming screen, yeah, this is essentially, oh god, I'm not in the right place, but you get the general idea. I'm going to have this VTuber frame that I'm going to be able to move around depending on where is the best position on the gaming screen to not get in the way of important information and just make it look a bit more professional. I'm just in a little box. Because I think it's fine when people do like their full bodies on a gaming screen, but I really like this style where I can just quickly on the fly, like, oh, I'm getting too in the way. I'll go down here. I'll make my face big so you can still see the reactions to my face, or maybe I want it even a bit bigger. Maybe I want to just say like, hey, no, it's my time to shine. You're looking at my face now. So yeah, I love that. Ori did such a good job where everything I asked Ori, like, do you think you'd be able to do this? Ori was just like, bet, let me cook. I gave Ori a bunch of ideas, even though Ori doesn't normally do all of these different things. And Ori was like, yeah, no, I got you, fam. Give me like a couple of weeks and we'll see. So yeah, Ori was so amazing. Lucy, again. I'm so sorry, Lucy. Lucy had to design my chat widget for YouTube in about 4 days, I feel like. We were down to the wire of everything, so the chat widget was literally finished last night, and it works so well. It's very delayed because the chats are so active, but the chats won't be so active in the future. But yeah, this chat widget, this box, this is Ori's artwork, but the animation, like if I type in chat, I have not been typing in chat, but if I type in chat, when this eventually appears, you'll see that I have a So yeah, Lucy actually put in animations on top of Ori's already beautiful work. And it works with, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. It works with YouTube, and it's a beautiful widget. I love it. It's so gorgeous. It's animated. And someday, did I break it by talking myself? Yep, it crashed. People are still reacting to Marie from like 5 minutes ago. That's so funny. Someday it'll get down to my chat. But anyway, I have like my own custom background where it's red and the chain of the binding barbs appears and like dangles on top of it. It's so gorgeous. Someday we'll see it. Eventually. False Beta has been very good behind the scenes. They've done some of the scrapbook Pupal stickers that some of you have already seen in like the scrapbook and elsewhere. They did the designs for the Pupal Sona version of the children from Harmony Park Academy, which was also designed by Sakura Bamu. Sakura Bamu did the official designs for all of the characters in the novel, including the children. Sensei, you just broke it? I know. It'll come back eventually. But yeah, Sakura Bamu did all the official designs, and then False did like the Pupal Sona designs and the avatars that my moderators use in chat that are based on their Pupal Sona designs. So yeah, False has been very incredible with all of that. So thank you so much, False. CM is my emotes artist. You guys have seen the emotes. This was the original showcase. They made even more emotes for me since then for free. They just did them. They were like, I like your design. I like you. Here's some more extra emotes. So we've got a bunch of emotes in chat now. There's one I haven't added yet, so there's one more to add. But yeah, wonderful emote artist. Thank you so much, CM. And makes a lot of good like merchandise for other streamers as well, which is really cute. Kami, visual novel style text box design. So yeah, the text boxes that we used in the storyline area, they did the text box designs. We're going to have a different one for every single tier that matches the tier that we're in at the time. So far, I've only got like the real world one, which looks like a chalkboard, and the Feileacan one, which looks like the dark castle with the dark background and parchment paper that's slightly burned. Kami did an amazing job. Everybody did an amazing job. Natsumeko did the Pupal and Widow asset. So the two assets that I can use that are rigged up, and also a ton of memes, which I have not been able to use yet, but I will be able to use in the future. Basically, I've got a bunch of reaction images that I can use to respond to people on Twitter, or it's just Féileacán and Cú in a variety of circumstances. In fact, let me bring up the emote showcase, and I'm going to change it to some of these reaction images. Where are they? Reactions. Okay, what have we got? I got this one. Féileacan saying, this is fine. So yeah, it's just a bunch of these kinds of things. It's a bunch of like reaction images where he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to reply to Pupals and other people on Twitter with these just to be like, I don't actually want to type anything, but this is a good reaction to stuff. Natsumeko made several of these, which I'm going to be using over the future. This one was actually based off of an actual part of the story, which is kind of funny. I won't mention the actual part of the story, but the meme format is just basically like, you mean X, right? Right? Like, yeah, it's that reaction meme, but with Féileacán and Cú. It's actually going to come up in the story at one point. I'm really... let's not spoil that. But yeah, lots of things. And Hikari made the Féileacan arm asset. So when I am actually doing drawing streams, which I will do in the future, like when I'm scrapbooking and stuff and doing like photo editing, I will have a little Féileacan's arm for my cursor, which is like rigged well so that I can move things around the screen properly. As well as asset rigging for both the Widow and the Pupil asset. Oh, Sensei, will you do ASMR streams? Probably not. I mean, this is technically an ASMR mic right now. I'm not sure if you can tell by the fact that you can hear so many sounds in the background, but like, it currently has some filters on it to keep it a bit less sensitive, but yeah, you can hear like all of my breathing in every part of my room if I had the filters off. So yeah, it is essentially an ASMR mic. Very high quality, which I love, but it has filters on it to make it more relaxed so you don't get too much of the background sound. But I'm not very good at ASMR. I get very self-conscious about just like hearing myself breathe, hearing like my key necklace bounce around. Things like that, getting picked up on microphone always makes me uncomfortable. We may do it occasionally in the future, but it's not something I'm going to focus on. More than anything, rather than doing ASMR streams, we probably will release some voice packs in the future. I like doing role-playing voice packs. So like themed, I like doing those, and they'll probably just be released on the membership. They won't be like paid extras. I mean, there may be bonuses when it comes to other merchandise in the future where I do voice packs as well. But I think just like every couple of months, we'll probably do some voice packs for membership release as well, just to say thank you. But it won't be like a bonus pay thing. Anyway, voice packs. I love voice packs. Voice packs are so fun. I get to roleplay and have fun. And especially with the way Feileacan and my interactions are, I think it's a lot of fun to like balance that and make an interesting like roleplay thing. The animation and intro, Studio Uraki were an absolute pleasure to work with. I asked them for so much, like, as you can tell by all these transitions I have where there's so much alpha involved, there's so much transparency. Yeah, a lot of high quality animation, which then had to be rendered in very specific ways to make it work for these streams, as well as like the fact that they did so many backgrounds for me. Originally, I just commissioned them for some scene transitions. So all the scene transitions that actually have music on the back of them and SFX, that's what I originally commissioned them for. And then they said like, hey, we can make you like a full like opening kind of thing if you wanted to like do something with that. And so we joined all of them into one story of like me and Feileacan going to save a lost soul. And it's so beautiful. And there's some hints for things that will happen further in the story as well, which are going to get more emotional as they go on. But yeah, Uraki have been absolutely amazing. Such a pleasure to work with. So responsive to every comment I dropped, and just lovely. Thank you so much, Uraki, for everything. Laura Shigihara, again, thank you so much. I can't, like, if people don't know, Laura Shigihara also streams. Her streams are one of the most comfy places in the world. She interacts with her chat and community in such a deep way. She's very supportive to anyone who ever plays her games and engages with them. She's made 2 games now, Rakuen and a one set in the same world called Mr. Saito. Rakuen's about like a child and his mother going through fantasy worlds, and Mr. Saito is about a businessman. She has such a unique storytelling feeling, such a calming atmosphere. Her music is beautiful. Her voice is beautiful. Links, I actually have them. Click on, if you go to the link that says full credits, click on that one. You'll find Laura Shigihara in there. You'll find a link to her page of links, which will take you to all of her different pages. But yeah, no, I have a full credits page because if I tried to do credits for every single different stream, there would be too much for a YouTube video description. I work with a lot of incredible people. But yeah, for Laura Shigihara, if you want to follow her everywhere, we're also going to raid into the premiere of her song. You guys have already seen it. We showed it during the debut, What You Mean to Me. But we're going to raid into her premiere version of it when it goes live on her YouTube channel, and then also goes live on all the other streaming sites. But yeah, she's so sweet. She's so supportive. She's so... If there was ever somebody who exemplified the word iyashike, iyashike is a Japanese word that just basically means something that feels healing, that heals your soul, that relaxes you and makes you feel better. That's Laura Shigihara. She's iyashike. So yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that we get to end every stream with one of her songs. It's going to be the perfect way to just be like, okay, day's over, stream's over, it's time to rest and relax, and that's what we'll do. I pulled out my whip when I meant to pull out my pointer. And Anastasia did all of the composition, and will possibly be doing more music for me in the future, but did the composition for the scenes that you've seen, like the transformation scenes and every transition scene, which I think are really beautiful. She tried to work on matching a similar style to Alec-Kachan, with like similar motifs and things, but yeah, put their own spin on it, made it beautiful, and it was lovely. So thank you so much, Anastasia, and I'm hoping to work with them more on music in the future, because I've got a couple of other projects that I want done. We'll see. Slap that blackboard, I guess. Yeah. Oh, with the whip. Fortunately, I can't do that yet. I guess I could play my whip transition. That would technically be slapping the blackboard. Okay, with that said, we can actually go back to the proper slides of like, yeah, my favorite games and movies and stuff. We can actually go through these properly. We finally went through all the credits. I got to work with so many incredible people. God, it's been so freaking lovely. Like, no joke. The fact that I get to be here now in this form with all of these beautiful assets, just able to do everything for the rest of my streaming career. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so happy. I feel so free. Roy Kiato just texted me. You're a real boy. Let's freaking go. I'm a real boy now. Thank you, Roy. I hope you're enjoying this stream. Favorite games. Yes. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this properly now. Legend of Zelda, like I said, it's my favorite one. The first game I ever played in my life was The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So you now know that I am not joking about being 33 years old. I'm pretty sure that came out around the time I was born, but it was still the first game I played. One of my favorite games is also Breath of the Wild. I think I've put like 700 hours into that. I've 100% cleared it multiple times except for the Korok seeds. I love it. My favorite overall when it comes to Legend of Zelda series now is probably Majora's Mask. Breath of the Wild was close to taking its position just from sheer amount of time and world space that I could explore, but I still just love the whole idea of Majora's Mask being like a dark, messed up hellscape, purgatory that Link is trapped in, despite still being a child in that game. It's crazy. 700 hours? Oh, I'm a gamer. 700 hours in Breath of the Wild isn't that crazy. I think I've got like 1800 hours in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I might have a little bit of a problem. The problem is that I don't get to play more Smash Bros. Did you find all the Korok seeds? I got all of the Korok seeds once. But yeah, anytime I do a 100% playthrough after that, I just do all the shrines and make sure I get the green tunic, the tunic of the wild. I am not bothered with the Korok seeds. The Korok seeds don't even give you a good freaking reward. It sucks so much. Sorry, I needed some water. Story driven, the Outer Wilds. I only actually played the Outer Wilds for the first time last year, and it's instantly become one of my favorite stories of all time. That's why that one is bolded. That also had a little bit of an influence on my story in Metamorphosis Lost. It deals a lot with, like, how to say, the end of the entire universe. Yeah, that's not spoilers. You literally get to that within the first 12 minutes, so that's fine. The Outer Wilds deals with the end of the universe. Outer Wilds 2. Is there going to be an Outer Wilds 2? How? But yeah. Anyway, some of the best gameplay mechanics I've ever seen. An incredible story. Everything ties together in such a crazy way as well. Below that, What Remains of Edith Finch. I played that like 3 years ago. I fell in love with it. I'm excited to see how I feel about it when I play it in another couple of days. Jesus is in chat. What's up, J-Dog? How you doing? He is a gamer. And the praise hands. Thank you, Father. I hope you're having a lovely day. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Thank you for being here, Big Trinity. But yeah, we're going to replay What Remains of Edith Finch because I remember it being one of my favorite games of all time when I played it. And I want to see if the storyline still holds up or if I've like changed a bit. So on Thursday, we're going to play that again and see how it goes. Rakuen and Mr. Saito, both made by Laura Shigihara. So beautiful, so lovely. Tragic, but beautiful. They're so worth like paying attention to. Please, if you haven't already, go play Rakuen. It's beautiful. There's so much music in it by Laura Shigihara, including a bunch of singing tracks. A couple of other singers are on that game as well, but it's just so beautiful. It's so wonderful. You'll cry, but you'll cry happy. Gone Home is similar to What Remains of Edith Finch. I like those kind of games where you get to see like whole stories. Detroit Become Human. Look, I know it's silly. I know it's kind of trashy. I don't care. What's the guy's name? Is it? No, Nick Cage is the actor. I love Nick Cage. David Cage, right? That does those games. I really like Detroit Become Human. I feel like he gets better each game. David Cage definitely beats you over the head with like the themes and the storyline, and it has some over the top ridiculous silly scenes, but it's so good, man. I love it so much. Some of the characters are so interesting. Some of the plot lines are genuinely fucking incredible. It's just, yeah, it does kind of beat you over the head. Connor, best boy. Connor's amazing. I love Connor and Hank's relationship. What do you mean trashy? Come on now. Some of those roots. Some of those routes are so really silly, and some of those plot points are really forced, and all of the themes they beat you over the fucking head with. It's an incredible game. It's on my list of favorite games for a reason, but it's kind of trashy, and I love it. I love trashy things. You've seen my list of favorite books. We'll get to that in a minute. It's just there are definitely things where you're like, okay, he wrote himself into a corner. He wanted this scene to happen, and he made it happen. He made it happen, and it's a good storyline beat, but when you step back from it, you're like, that shouldn't have happened. This is so forced. Like, how does X, Y, or Z happen? There is a lot of things where you step back and analyze it, you're like, nah. But I love things like that. I love seeing writers like do better each time. Like, he's definitely, each game he's done has gotten better. Detroit Become Human I fucking love, but I like some of his other ones quite a bit as well. I love the idea of just like basically watching a movie but choosing some directions and then getting to see different versions the next time you do it. Who was I going to talk about that's similar? Oh, a different creator that I find kind of similar who has like amazing ideas and doesn't always implement them properly. Jun Maeda, who made like, he's an anime director who made like, I don't think he made Planet. He definitely made Angel Beats, and he made Charlotte, both of which have incredible storylines and do not deliver on them whatsoever. Angel Beats has probably one of the best storylines I've ever seen be put into an anime. And if it had been made into like a 26 anime 2-core series, it would have been a masterpiece of all time. Instead, it's a 12 to 13 episode series where they introduce the idea, and it's like so cool, freeing people from like purgatory, getting them to move on to the next life. And then it does one character properly, and then they're like, okay, and now we're skipping to the end. Everyone has just moved on and reincarnated. It's graduation time. We're going to make you cry. It was like, I still cried. I still love it. It's still one of my favorite anime. It has beautiful music, it has beautiful everything. But at the same time, very clearly that was meant to be like a 26 episode anime, like a long, slow burn thing where you slowly free each soul one by one. Did that fucking... That might have influenced my story a little bit too. Shit. I'm just bringing out all the influences today. Anyway. Yeah. Angel Beats could have been the like best story ever told. I kind of wish they do like a Angel Beats Brotherhood at some point and make it 26 episodes and go through every single one of the kids' different like feelings before they pass on. Go did anime nonetheless. Yeah, no, it's great. But then he did Charlotte. Charlotte is another one of those ones where it's like, it's pretty damn good. At the beginning. Charlotte sets up a really cool storyline and then immediately skips most of the storyline into like, hey, and then some bad things happen. 6 months later, now the main character who was a sweetheart is an angsty, chuny, over-the-top murderer. And it's like, huh? Could you not have shown that? Could you not have shown his slow descent into going from cutie pie child to like tragic, dark fantasy character? And then they tell the ending of the story and it's again like, wow, that could have been amazing. Still entertaining. Anyway, enough about anime. I'm an anime nerd too. Video games and anime are my bread and butter. I'm currently watching like 3 anime. If you haven't watched it, watch Taco P's Original Sin. It's one of the most heartbreaking things you will ever see in your life. Every single episode is the most heartbreaking thing you'll ever see in your life. Anyway, I'm also finally catching up on 2B Hero X, and eventually I want to catch up on Lord of the Mysteries. I like Donghua too. Anime and Donghua are both great. Anyway, gone home, Detroit Become Human, mouthwashing. Mouthwashing blew my mind when I played it. I was expecting a silly little horror game that would just make me go, oh, cool. Instead, mouthwashing, you go through a good chunk of it and you're like, oh, this is cool. I'm seeing like the atmosphere being built. And then every scene that you've seen up to that point hits so much harder once you see the reveals of what happened later in the storyline. It's freaking incredible. I love mouthwashing. One of the best surprises between, and yeah, me-side. I was about to say, between mouthwashing and me-side, 2024, I'm guessing those were both released then, was incredible because of those 2 indie games where both of them I played and was like, this is going to be a silly little fun time. And both of them were like, this is fucking peak storytelling. What the shit is going on? Me side, I expected to be like Doki Doki Literature Club, which is already fucking amazing, but it honestly does it in a very unique way with like the transitions between the different like gameplay styles and the message that is very Doki Doki, and also very, what was that music video? Me Me Me. Me 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 has a similar like message throughout its storyline of like, maybe obsession with 2D anime girls can be a detriment if you get too attached. It's like, hey, we love otaku, we love escapism, but at the same time, you have to be able to look back at one point and realize, oh, maybe this is too much. Me side handles that very well as well in such an interesting way. So yeah, that's the story-driven list of like my favorite games. JRPGs, I love JRPGs. I grew up on JRPGs. Final Fantasy VII, I think, was one of like my favorite games of all time when it came out. Final Fantasy VIII is now my favorite. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII, I feel like I played not too long after playing Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And since then, I've played every Final Fantasy. I love them all, except for the online ones. I don't mind 14. I quite enjoy 14. We may play 14 on the channel in the future, but I get too addicted to MMORPGs. They suck out my soul. The Tales of series, I love. Just a great time, full of energy. I love the battle styles. Fire Emblem series, I love. It's like half visual novel, half tactics, and it's tactics I can actually deal with. It's not too deep. I love 15 so much. I love 15 too. 15's great. Which is your favorite Tales of? Good question. Ooh. I think for me, I'm going to give an answer that nobody's going to really like. Like, I think my favorite is honestly Tales of Zestiria. And I think for a lot of people, they're going to be like, oh, it's just because you like the yaoi, huh? And kind of, like, I love the yaoi, but it had like so much potential. They clearly wanted to do the idea of like, Sure turning into like an evil person as it went on. The whole idea of like Sure being the shepherd who is supposed to save the world, but then the antagonist, spoilers, like I can't talk about that, but they very clearly wanted to go down a very dark route, and then somewhere along its production they were like, maybe we don't make our good guy become the bad guy, which I thought they should have leaned into. And in the meanwhile, then they did completely the opposite when it came to Tales of Berseria, where they were like, okay, what if our character is the good guy, but everybody thinks that they're the bad guy? Which was cool and angsty, and I love Velvet Crow so much. She's so sexy. Anyway, the Tales of series is great. Vesperia and Symphonia are my absolute favorites. Vesperia is great. Yuri is so cool. The way he flips around his katana and has such a fun time. There's some good, like, you know, yaoi vibes in that between him and Flynn. But yeah, no, I love that one as well. And Symphonia is just, yeah, top tier. From the time you get to the first reveal, which I will drop, it happens within like the first 6 hours of gameplay. So yeah, throughout the game, you're like using these skill orbs that give you magical powers. And then it turns out like 6 hours in, you find out, oh, they're harvested from people's souls. They kill people to make these things that power us up. Are we evil for using them? It's like, from then on, it just keeps escalating. It goes so much further beyond that. The characters are all interlocked in interesting ways. The bad guys are more like tragic heroes themselves. It's great. Tales of Symphonia is amazing. But Zestiria is probably my favorite. Just, I think it came for me at the right time. And I really like the characters. I grew attached to them. Yeah. Sorry, we got distracted by individuals. Fire Emblem series I love. Star Ocean series I love. It's a mixture of fantasy and sci-fi, which shouldn't work, but does and is incredible. You played Arise? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I love Arise as well. Arise is great. That's when they did Tales of Arise, it kind of blew my mind because it felt like a Star Ocean game to me, actually. Having what I was just mentioned about like the fantasy and sci-fi connection, that's what it felt like to me. Because you have like this fantasy world down here that's using magic, and then it turns out the thing in the moon that looks like a magical thing is actually a space station. And oh god, the storyline was great in that one. Again, a little bit rushed at points. There were points where like the character development stopped and then just like forced itself in a direction, which kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 15 as well. I just feel like there's a bunch of JRPGs recently where there were amazing ideas, but time constraints made them have to cut their storylines down. Tales of Arise, I feel like needed a slightly longer arc. Final Fantasy 15 needs about 33% more gameplay. I really liked Final Fantasy 15. The first like half of the game is incredible. And the final like 2 hours of the game is incredible. And everything between that is like, why did you do this? Like, I really like the slow depressing bit, but then they do like, there's just a lot of things going on in FF15. It could have been one of the best storylines ever told. Also, Noctis is so cool when he's young, and he looks so badass and sexy when he's mature. The time skip was such a good idea, but so poorly implemented. You can tell what they were going for, and the fact that time constraints got in the way and they had other things to do. Anyway, Pandora's Tower is a standalone game, which is freaking incredible. It was released on the Nintendo Wii, and then ported eventually to the Wii U. It should really be ported to the Switch. It's one of the best games ever made. In Pandora's Tower, you play as a hero who has a wife. His wife is slowly turning into a monster. If you don't continuously feed her monster flesh, that you have to climb a tower and murder monsters to feed to her, then she herself becomes a monster. Really dark, really tragic, really beautiful, and such a fucking cool idea. Also, he uses a whip, kind of. It's like a whip weapon that he shoots forward, but man, Pandora's Tower is fucking sick. I really hope they port that to the Switch someday, because it's such a good storyline, it's such a good game, and just... why? Like, the Wii was a good console. The Wii U, I never touched, and I know a lot of people that never wanted to touch it, and just bring it to the Switch. It's such a good game. It deserves it. Alundra is a game that came out back on the PlayStation 1. It did heavily influence my story of Metamorphosis Lost. The storyline of Alundra is there's these people called Dreamwalkers who can enter people's dreams while they're sleeping. And the way that they do that, I think it kind of influenced Persona as well. Because Persona definitely started at a similar time, but then the later Persona series became more like Alundra, especially Persona 5. But yeah, Alundra, you go into people's dreams while they're sleeping. Sometimes they're cursed, but they're normally dealing with like mental issues or things. So like a character will be having some sort of like PTSD that's making them hurt, and they've been cursed, so the PTSD is keeping them locked in their dreams. You go into their dreams and find out it's because they couldn't save a loved one from being murdered by a monster, and you have to fight the monster and save them. Yeah, no. Yeah, I said Alundra heavily influenced Metamorphosis Lost. It's very much the same thing. It's just that they wake up after their dreams and get better. In my world, they just pass on. They're just freed. It's dark at times too. It is. And it has a really cool anime opening sequence, which is actually why I first fell in love with it. I was an anime nerd, and I remember going to it wasn't GameStop. Game Station. When Game Stations existed in the UK. I went to a Game Station, and they had like the Alundra opening up on the screen. So they had the Alundra opening playing, and I was just sitting there watching what is essentially an anime opening of like a character that looked like Link from Legend of Zelda with the elf ears, murdering people and using magic. And I was like, oh, I'm going to play this. Became one of my favorite games ever. They made a sequel called Alundra 2, which was not as good. It was still okay, but completely different characters, completely different world, and I didn't vibe with it as much, and then they didn't continue it after that. I also don't have them in this list of JRPGs, but Breath of Fire is really good as well. The games where it's normally like a main character who can turn into a dragon. Those are really good as well. I didn't include them on here, but they need to come back too. Those games were so good. And anyway, the final one on the list is another standalone one called Resonance of Fate. Resonance of Fate is one where it's a JRPG. It's like half turn-based, but then they call it bullet ballet combat, where you like decide which direction your character's got to go, and then while they're running, you just fire a bunch of bullets into the enemy continuously. It's so silly. You knock them up into the air with like shotguns, then you slam them back into the ground by using a pistol. You can hold them up in the air with machine guns. It's so freaking cool. That one's on Steam. Yeah, it was originally released on like, I think the PS3 and Xbox 360, but then it got ported to Steam eventually. It's so good. It's genuinely amazing. For chill games, Infinity Nikki. I have spent way too much of my money on Infinity Nikki. Up until, I think 2 releases ago, I literally had every single outfit and every single asset in Infinity Nikki. So not just every single outfit. I didn't get them all to like 5-star all colors, but I had every single outfit to at least the full outfit collection, followed by all of the assets that you could summon. I was like preparing for the fact that there was going to be housing in the game. So I was like, oh, surely if you collect these assets, you'll be able to put them into your house. And then, yeah, 1.5 kind of broke everything. Did you get the Asian ones? I did not get the new Chinese ones. That's the thing. I stopped when they did the 1.5 release and they introduced multiplayer and they changed the original story. I got those outfits. I got the Phoenix. Was it Phoenix? I got the bird and the mermaid one. I think it's a Phoenix and a mermaid. I got those ones. And then I stopped playing over summer because there was a lot of glitches going on. I literally couldn't play it at one point. Every time I tried to load it up on my PC, it was like, now entering the world of Infinity Nikki. And it was like 1% for like 10 minutes. And then it would get to 3% within like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I did load into it recently and see like some of the new updates and they look cool, but it's just like, I'll wait for the housing update. When the housing update comes out, then I'll dive back into Infinity Nikki. Or if they hit me with some sort of really incredible outfit. But I really like Infinity Nikki. It's a cute time. It's got a cute little story. The outfits are amazing. It could be amazing as long as they treat it properly. And it's made by Enroll, the same people who make Love and Deep Space. So they got money. They got lots of money. They definitely have time to do great things with it. Rune Factory, I love. It's, if you know of like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, it's basically those, but then also with fighting. You also go into dungeons and murder things and collect things. It's great. I feel like there's a Rune Factory coming out soon. The one like set in like a Japanese world. I don't have any plans to play that just yet, but it looks cool. Sky Children of the Light is another very relaxing one. You play as butterfly children that fly around the world. It's nice and chill. It's out already. Oh, Azuma's out already. I didn't realize it came out months ago. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I thought it was still upcoming. Okay, so I've got some things to catch up on. What's your favorite Rune Factory, Sensei? God, let me look them up. I think it's Rune Factory 4. Rune Factory 4 Special specifically. But let me Google that to make sure it's the characters that I'm thinking of. Rune Factory. Let me look at 3 first. Rune Factory 3. Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, it's Rune Factory 4. Rune Factory 4 is my favorite so far. I want them to keep improving the Rune Factory series because it's such a cool concept. Just keep doing it. Okay, party/group games. These are the games we're going to be playing in collabs or possibly playing with you guys against me occasionally. Smash Ultimate. I've been a huge fan of the Smash series since the first one released on the Nintendo 64. I was a Link main up until Smash Ultimate. Now I'm a Belmont main, which makes sense. In a lot of ways. You'll notice Castlevania isn't on my favorite list of games. Castlevania, I very much like the art, the characters, and the world. I haven't played many of the games just yet. So actually, I kind of want to go through them. I want to play Symphony of the Night. I want to play number 2, Rondo of Blood. I want to play a couple of those. I want to play the series where you play as Dracula as well. Because I've heard some people love those and some people hate those. But the idea of playing as Dracula sounds so fucking cool to me. Anyway, Smash. I'm pretty good at Smash. I'm not great, but I love Smash. So, yeah, we'll be playing Smash in the future. Among Us, I love social deduction games. I love both being a third imposter and trolling and just actually getting to try and solve things. Left 4 Dead 2, one of my favorite games of all time. I've put so many hours into it over the years. It's so fun. Party Animals, cute little fun time. It's great for playing with friends. Elden Ring Night Rain. I have a problem with Elden Ring Night Rain. The problem is that I've already put 100 hours into it. It came out like, what, a month ago? And I've already put 100 hours into Elden Ring Night Rain. I'm a Wilder main. I'm a basic bitch. I also like Duchess. Duchess is a lot of fun with her special power, but I am a Wilder main. I play it just to pass the time sometimes. I'm just like, oh, I've got like 40 minutes before I have to do a thing. I'll just do a quick run of Night Rain. And then I play like 3 in a row. And then I end up having not done the things that I was supposed to do. And I'm like, this is fine. I'm fine. This is okay. Duchess is cool as fuck. Yeah, Wild is like so simple and easy and intuitive. Duchess is so cool. I want them to make a double whip character. When I played Elden Ring, which is on my list of like action adventure games that I love, I did a double whip bleed build and it was my favorite thing ever. I was just a Belmont tearing through the whole world. Oh, it felt so good. Give me a double whip wielder. Give me a double whip wielder as well, or even just a whip wielder in general. The fact that you can do crit hits with a whip in Elden Ring Night Rain is so cool, but it's so hard to find whips in the game. How am I supposed to do a double whip build if you... Yeah, just give me a whip. Give me someone that starts with a whip. I will find the Giant's Braid or something else. I will combine it. Just let me do it. Just let me do it. Stick Fight. Amazing little party game. You just... a bunch of people spawn in the world and beat the shit out of each other. And obviously Jackbox game... Jackbox games are always incredible as well. They're so much fun. It's just mostly improv and being silly with your friends. Visual novels. I love visual novels. There are a lot that I haven't played yet because some companies don't like you playing their visual novels on stream, and I like to play things on stream. So we're going to be playing a lot more visual novels as we go forward. Like I said, every Tuesday we're going to be playing visual novels. The House in Fata Morgana is not only the best visual novel I've ever played, the main game is the best story, or at least one of the best stories I have ever had the pleasure of reading in my life. It's incredible. If you haven't played it, play it. Go play it. Go right now. Just see the story of Michelle, Giselle, and the witch and everything else going on. It's so freaking wonderful. The artwork is incredible. The music is incredible. The writing is outstanding. Oh, man. And Hana Keika, who created the game, did the writing, did the design, went on to like do so much with it, expanded the world with like multiple universes going on, a novel adaptation, a manga adaptation, extra spin-offs and things. It's just so amazing on Twitter and on social media as well, just interacting with fans and being such a sweetheart. It's so worth it. Yes, Mini Siva, thank you. I love Fatamoru. If you like it, you'd love Umineko. Umineko is actually the game that I want to play after we finish all of the side stories in the House in Fata Morgana. Because as soon as I started telling people Fata Morgana is the best visual novel I've ever played, they said, oh, you're going to love Umineko then. Like, oh, similar like witch vibes, similar like peak storytelling, lots of dark fantasy. So yeah, I want to do the House in Fata Morgana as like my main focus, like after we finish some like silly visual novels for the next few weeks to let people complete the main story. Once we then finish all the side stories of Fata Morgana, or maybe just some of them, and then we'll take a break and come back, we're going to dive into Umineko. And I've been told Umineko is something like 70 hours if you just straight like read it the whole way through, which means on a stream where you're constantly like talking about things and playing around with things, we'll probably be playing Umineko no Nakukura ni for like years. It's gonna be a while, but I'm excited. I've seen so many people say it's like one of the best visual novels ever made. It's peak and all kinds of other things. 150 hours? Oh my God. Okay. I'm also going to change the music. We've been on this one for a while. We'll go lighthearted. Sure. We're just chatting. We're just chatting and chilling. This will work. Yeah, 150 hours. Oh God, that's even worse. Okay. Yeah, okay, that might be several years. My other favorite visual novels that I wanted to list on here, I haven't listed a lot of art. I saw somebody mention Nitro Corral. Let's just say all the adult visual novels that I really love, I didn't put on this list. So yeah, all the ones that are really, really kinky, really, really adult, and really, really would get me cancelled. You know, we'll talk about them on stream in the future. For the first couple of days, let's keep it chill. Let's keep it chill. A Date with Death and Start Again are both made by 2.5 Studios. They're freaking incredible. A Date with Death, I played as soon as it came out. I was so in love with it. I saw a lot of people when I was revealing bits of my body being like, are you Grim? Like, are you Grimmy from A Date with Death? We've got similar styles, and, you know, we are both also Grim Reapers in our own way. But no, wasn't actually an influence on my design, but I do love A Date with Death. Start Again is made by this same studio, 2.5 Studios. They also helped publish Cage of Roses, which my mama, Rock, did the art for. Ebihime actually did the writing for that, but 2.5 Studios are also like helping publish a bunch of games on the side. So they're incredible. They've done so much when it comes to visual novels, like sharing their success with other people in the community. And Gabby, who does the writing from Date with Death and Start Again, and oh god, Amelie and a couple of other ones. Damn, I should have put Amelie on the list. I think I just ran out of space. But A Date with Death, Start Again, and Amelie, all by 2.5 Studios, are incredible writing. The characters are so good. There's like, one of them is a yaoi story, one of them is a yuri story, and then obviously A Date with Death is like, you choose the gender of your character that interacts with Grimmy. But yeah, they're so good. The writing is so good. It's so natural. The characters are so sweet. There's so much comedy wrapped in with all the other like serious stuff going on. It's so good. Did you see the new game 2.5 Studios are working on? It looks so cool. Yes. I love the look of it. The one where you're like working at an antique store. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that one. And God, there was something else, but I can't remember. Oh, the DLC, right? The DLC for A Date with Death. I did play that one. It was very cute. I don't know if I did everything. I played the adult patch too. The adult patch was very good. Gabby's a very good writer. That's all I'll say about that. Somebody mentioned oh crap. Spirit Hunter. Spirit Hunter is actually in my list of horror games rather than visual novels, although it's both. I put it in, it's down in horror games, so don't worry about it. But yeah, Slay the Princess is really good. I just actually 2 weeks ago finally got my collector's edition, physical edition of Slay the Princess, the pristine cut. It's beautiful. The statue is so nice. The merchandise is so good. It's wonderful. So I'm glad they released a physical version with like a statue and stuff. Really good, like cosmic horror and so forth, so much other stuff in it. Doki Doki Literature Club, fantastic, great story, adorable characters that get turned on their head. It's wonderful, and the way it interacts with the character is good. It Gets So Lonely Here is another one made by Ebihime, who did make Cage of Roses, which Rock My Mama did the art for. It Gets So Lonely Here is a nice little Yuri one where you're like trapped by a witch and going through like so many different torturous things. It's great. It's great. And we will play lots more on stream. Yeah, we're going to be going through a lot of visual novels throughout our time. Like I said, starting with Fata Morgana and then really diving into Umineko. We've got a lot to do in the future. I love Time Loop Doomed Yuri. Oh, hell yeah. Ebihime is so good. Yeah, they are. For action and adventure, Shadow of the Colossus and Eco are two of my favorite games. I didn't like The Last Guardian, but that studio is so good at what they do. The Witcher is great. I specifically like 3 the most. I mean, obviously, 1 and 2, the gameplay are just a bit dated for me. The graphics as well, but 3 just has held through like the last 2 generations really well. The Last of Us, I really love. I actually really like part 2 as well. I like the storyline it tells. The gameplay is great. I just think they needed a better way of like separating the Abby and Ellie timelines, and the way that they handled it was kind of, it beat you over the head. Phrasing. It beat you over the head, but I still had a fun time with the storyline. And I like the Lord of the Rings games like Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. The bruh. Look, man, anybody who doesn't get that reference is fine. Anybody who gets that reference can bruh, but it's not a spoiler. For horror games are another favorite of mine. We're going to be playing a lot of them in October. Alien Isolation is my favorite one. Oh, Raging Loop. Raging Loop I do want to play someday. It's not on my immediate list just yet, but I do want to. Alien Isolation is my favorite horror game because it's the one time that a video game has actually made me scream out loud like a little baby. The alien is so smart in that game, it's terrifying, and I already love the Alien franchise, so it was great. Silent Hill is my favorite horror franchise. It's such great, like, emotional, atmospheric horror that sticks with you forever. I really love 2. 3 was great as well. Not much of a fan of 4, but then I liked Homecoming. Anyway, we're definitely going to be playing F when it comes out soon. Madison is good. It's a great, like, jump scary kind of horror. Layers of Fear has a great story. Fatal Frame series is so good. It's sort of jump scares and really interesting Japanese ghosts based on, like, Japanese history and all kinds of things. So I really like the Fatal Frame series, especially the fact they let you get really silly with it and really embrace, like, the sillier, like, more exploitive side of horror games where they are normally, like, you know, cute teenage girls being terrorized by things. So they're like, we know what you're here for. Let's have you, like, dress up these adorable girls in cute little costumes while they're trying to get murdered by ghosts. It's so much fun. Resident Evil series is great as well. It's not always been my favorite, but I like some of them, especially the newer ones. The newer ones lead into like a lot more of the horror side and less of the action side. Soma had a great story, so did Prey, very similar things. Spirit Hunter NG is the only one of the Spirit Hunter series I've played so far, so I want to play the other two eventually. And Golem Game is also on a list of my horror games because that shit... I tried to play the Golem Game. It destroyed me emotionally. It was a worse horror game than anything I've ever done. So yeah, those were the ones that are basically movies like Until Dawn's and the Dark Picture series. We're also going to be playing the new Dark Picture series game that comes out in a few weeks for Halloween, for spooky season. There's one coming out where I think you're on a space station. Yeah, I think it's like a space horror one. I love those kinds of ones where you just like choose what's going to happen in the storyline. Will you play it again? What, Golem Game? No, never. Never ever in my life. Fuck Golem Game. It's gone. It's out of here. I don't need to see it ever again. These are my favorite movies. We're actually once again running out of time. Let me see how many more slides I have. Books and my streaming goals. Okay, we're not doing too bad. We're doing okay. We can do this. We'll just go a bit faster than we did through my video games. I'm a gamer. This is fine. So yeah, my favorite movies, number one is either Memories of Matsuko or Millennium Actress. I'm never quite sure which one's my actual favorite. Memories of Matsuko and Millennium Actress both make me cry my eyes out and just get attached to the characters and end up rethinking my life by the time I'm watching them every time I watch them. I did mention that the key hanging around my neck is a reference to Millennium Actress. I really love like the symbolism for the key in the movie. Satoshi Kon was an absolute visionary, did things in anime that no other animation director has done or can replicate since then. God, I wish he had finished his opus. He was working on like another one when he passed away young, unfortunately. But yeah, Memories of Matsuko is probably tied with my favorite movie from Millennium Actress. It's a live action one that just tells the story of a woman named Matsuko who goes through absolute hell throughout her life. It's horrible. But you know, it's got a nice uplifting message about like going through pain and how much stronger that makes us and how happy you can be despite it. Is he also the writer of Perfect Blue and Paprika? Yeah, he is. And they're here too. And Tokyo Godfathers. Those 4 movies are all by Satoshi Kon. Perfect Blue, Paprika, Tokyo Godfathers, and Millennium Actress. Millennium Actress is my number 1. Perfect Blue is a very close number 2. This is for Satoshi Kon, not of all time like my favorite things. But yeah, like Millennium Actress is my favorite of the Satoshi Kon movies. Perfect Blue is number 2. And then Paprika and Tokyo Godfathers in that order. The rest of these aren't in order, but yeah, I love all of those movies. They're so good. 5 centimeters per second. I love, very emotional. I still think it's honestly the best work by that writer. Because that writer went on to do like Kimi no Nawa, Your Name, Suzume, so many other things that are really well regarded. But I really liked their early work. I liked Voices of a Different Star, a Distant Star even, and 5 centimeters per second is just so sad. It's so like real and human. It's got like the melancholy feeling where you watch it and you're like, oh, this is just like the worst, like saddest parts of a life. And it ends on an uplifting note, which is nice, but it just really captures the feeling of first being like a teenager who doesn't know what they're doing in life and is just trying to navigate romance. And then a teenager who's like lost and kind of lost their place in the world. And then an adult who's listless and lost again, who's like, I don't know if I should be doing this job. I don't know if I should be working. It catches that feeling in a way that very few things do. Princess Mononoke, amazing. I don't really need to say much. It's a Ghibli movie. Everybody's seen it. Wolf Children is also amazing. It's a mother taking care of her children who were sired by a wolf man who could transform between man and wolf, so it's really good. Drifting Home is a cute one about kids that end up trapped in their school, which the world is suddenly flooded and their school is floating along in water and they have to try and survive, like find food and not drown and not die. And it's really emotional. It's really cool. I had never heard of that. I found it on Netflix one day and was like, oh, this is cute. This is so good. Silent Voice, absolutely emotionally devastating. Look Back is so good. Makia. Have you noticed I like things with big emotional set pieces that make you cry your eyes out? Mirai, Grave of the Fireflies. Yeah. We're hitting all like the cry porn ones. Song of the Sea and Wolfwalkers are both like Western animated ones. They're based on Irish culture. So Wolf Walkers is about like basically a werewolf girl and the English girl who comes to like take over Ireland, and the Irish wolf girl is just like, you know, trying to live, trying to be free, trying not to get murdered. It's great. Song of the Sea is a really cute one. It's set in like modern day Ireland, but the main character's sister is a Selkie, so that's an Irish cryptid, I guess. An Irish myth of humans that can turn into seals. So his sister is a Selkie. She gets kidnapped by a bunch of other like magical creatures, and he has to go save her. So it's really cute. I like how it ties in like modern Ireland and like the traditional stories all coming to life. Spider-Verse, I love. Beautiful animation, nice story. Encanto, some of the best music I've ever heard, and just great storyline and animation. Hercules is my favorite Disney movie of all time. Coraline is great because it's like so dark despite being a children's movie. How to Train Your Dragon just gets better with every successive one, and it starts off good as it is. The music is so good. And finally, for my Donghua ones, I went for The Legend of Luo Xiaohe, Nurja, and I still haven't seen Nurja 2. I need to see Nurja 2. And White Snake, which are all very powerful Donghua, so Chinese animation movies. Live action movies, we're running out of time. You know what? Look through them. You guys, we'll bring these up in the future. We'll talk about them a lot. Favorite books. As I said during the actual debut, I am trash. My number one is a series called The Devery Cycle that I mentioned in the debut, where it's like the same souls being reincarnated in a bunch of different ways across time in a fantasy world. It's really good, really interesting. Beyond that, yeah, most of these are just like modern books that are pretty simplistic. Dresden Files is like a modern day like witch living in the modern world and solving magical cases for detectives. Odd Thomas is about a character that is psychic so he can see dead spirits. The Dexter series is based, well, it's the original. It's the serial killer who works for Miami's blood department. He's a blood spatter analyst. The TV show is a lot more grounded, whereas the actual book series gets a lot darker. Like, it turns out the dark passenger, as he calls it, inside his brain is like an evil spirit. It's like straight up a magical thing. And it's also infected the children that he adopted, and they start to become serial killers as well. It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. Song of Ice and Fire. I think everyone likes that. If the next book ever comes out, that'd be great. The Expanse series is amazing. Gone Girl is one of the most crazy experiences I ever experienced reading. Jesus, the twists in that. You can write a book just about the amount of twists that they managed to make work in that one storyline. It's crazy. The Book of Disquiet is a really cool thing, where a person wrote it as if it was an autobiography, but with like the multiple personalities that he had. And he passed away before it was properly like collected and released as a novel, but it's very interesting to read. You really get into the psychology of that person. Song of Achilles, if you don't know about that one, it's basically a retelling of Achilles and Patroclus' story from like the Iliad and the Odyssey. I guess just the Iliad. From the Iliad, and just very modern and gay and focused on foot fetishism. It's not really, but Madeleine Miller, for some reason, constantly talks about feet every time they describe the characters. It's interesting. Never Let Me Go is a beautiful story about children that are basically raised to be organ donors. They're cloned people that are used to just be raised in isolation and used to be cloned for their organs. And it's like not a secret. It's not like a twist of like, oh my God, no way. It's straight up, you're told from the beginning, like, oh, that's what they're here for. They're born, they're raised, then they eventually start being forced to donate their organs. It's really sad and messed up. No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. Talking about a novel that dives into character psychology that is not natural and not healthy, read No Longer Human. It's crazy. He writes it as if it's a fictional story autobiography because he gives the character a different name, but then you realize that this is all based off of actual Osamu Dazai's life, and it involves like double suicides and thinking that you're not actually human, being disconnected from society. It's incredible to read. That's what I love about fiction, is that you can explore parts of yourself that you maybe can't share with the world, and you start to see what the man was going through. in trying to fit in with society, but not feeling human. Oh God, it's so good. The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell is a beautiful story. It's about Jesuits, so Christians going into space and trying to meet up with aliens and convince them to become Christians. But they're joined by a bunch of scientists as well, and everything goes horribly wrong. It's just very interesting, dark story. Chronicles of Narnia, I love. It went off the deep end a little bit, but I love the story about like the children going into a fantasy world, getting to live out whole lives, and then coming back to the real world and how they deal with that. Out and Grotesque by Natsuo Kirino, really interesting stories. I think the first one is the one, yeah, the first one's about women who work at a factory who decide to just murder off their husbands because they don't like their husbands for good reason. Their husbands are pieces of shit. But yeah, no, it's an interesting like crime thriller. And then Grotesque is a really interesting character study about a girl who hates her sister and slowly gets driven mad because of that. It's really good. I can't explain it better than that without spoilers. Hunger Games, I love Hunger Games. I'm a basic bitch. They're good. They're written really well, I think. Really simple writing, but you get everything that you need. Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. Honestly, this one's a hard one to explain. Lolita is one of the best written books I have ever seen. This is one of my few classic literature picks. It is the best written book I've ever seen because every line sounds like it's a piece of poetry. However, the storyline, this is where lolly comes from, like Japanese Lolita. Lolita is about a pedophile, a disgusting, horrible person, and you're supposed to think he's disgusting and horrible, but it's written in such a poetic way. Don't get canceled, dude. Dude, I'm not going to get canceled. This is classic literature. But no, it's written in such a poetic way where he describes everything in such a nuanced and interesting way. He constantly thinks the whole world is against him, even though he's a horrible piece of shit. And this is what I love about fiction. Fucking Vladimir Nabokov managed to create this story where it was a character who is one of the most disgusting, horrid pieces of shit who thinks he's the hero of this world and the whole world needs to bow down to him. And that, oh, his love is unmatched. His love for this young girl. And he's just a manipulative, horrible piece of shit trying to steal her from her mother. Unreliable narrator, yeah. And I love the way it's written because it's written, it starts with like the warnings that, hey, this is taken from a court case, which it's not. It's a fictional thing. But it writes it in a way that tells you from the get-go, yeah, no, this person is horrible. You're going to be disgusted by the things he says and does. And yet it's written so well. It's such an interesting story. Ugh. It makes your skin crawl. And I love that in fiction. I love when I can read like, oh, this person is horrible. I can't wait to see what they do next. And I hope things go well. But at the same time, ugh. It's so good. So good. Same for Out and Grotesque. And No Longer Human to some level. I don't think I have many others with like evil character. Vampire Chronicles. You can skip down to that one. That has other characters that are just like, oh, Armand's my favorite. He does things like take somebody whose only joy in life is playing the violin, breaks their arms, and then leaves them in a castle with a violin just with broken arms so that they can't play the violin and they have to stare at it. And then makes them immortal so they have to stare at the violin for the rest of their life unable to play it. Lestat Truthers Rise. Lestat's fun. The Brat Prince is a fun time. I really liked her writing style while she was writing Louis, though. Louis' writing, the writing style they used while writing Louis is some of the most poetic writing I've ever seen. And even though he's a bit of a whiny bitch, just the Vampire Chronicles are great. Lestat's an amazing character. Armand is so fucking cool. And Louis is a whiny bitch, but still, the way he talks about everything because he was raised Christian and then turned a vampire, so good. So good. Annihilation is another good one by Jeff Vandermeer. That one's about like a bunch of scientists going into an area. The movie Annihilation is based off of it. But the book is much more interestingly written in my opinion because they never even give like the actual character names. They're always just referred to as like the biologist, the geologist, the scientist, the soldier. And so they very much like act based on their job and the reason they're there. And it's so good. Death's Master by Tanith Lee. This one was actually suggested by Hanada Keika again. Shit. Bit of an obsession here. Who wrote The House in Fata Morgana. But when people asked him for recommendations about like stories, he said that Death's Master was what the atmosphere of Fata Morgana was like based around. It was like the type of headspace. And it is so beautifully written, so poetic, so dark fantasy. It's good. And then Danmei. I'm a trash for Danmei. I've read like, yeah, all of the MXTX ones, Heaven Official's Blessing, Grandmaster, and Scumvillain. My favorite is the Husky and his White Cat Shizun. Case File Compendium is great as well. Who was the writer for Case File Compendium? Because they're really good. They've done a bunch of other ones as well, but I can't remember the names right now. Oh, that was fucking Meatbon. It was also the Husky and his White Cat Shizun. I'm so stupid. Little Mushroom is also good. Run Wild, Sire, Thousand Autumns, and Stars of Chaos. If you don't know what Danmei is, it's Chinese LGBT, well, Chinese gay fiction specifically, because the Yuri version is called Bai He, which means Lily, which is the girls' love version. But basically, it's Chinese boys' love. Really good. I like it. A lot of men with long flowing hair. This is my fuck it list. This is just something I encourage you all to do. We don't really have time to go through this today, but the basic idea was I was going to suggest you guys to all like take some time, think about the things you want to achieve in your life, just in like a personal kind of thing. Little goals to do throughout your lifetime. Haiku, I made it back in time. Hey, Shiggy, I hope you're having a lovely day, Laura. We're about to raid into your room. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you again for the beautiful song. At the end of this stream, we're going to raid into Laura Shigihara's waiting room. She's going to premiere What You Mean to Me in 6 minutes. So yeah, we're going to wrap this up pretty quickly. Thank you so much. Stay in an asylum? Yeah, I want to stay in an asylum. I want to stay in a bunch of haunted places. Anyway, these are my streaming... Oh, whoops. These are my streaming goals, which probably should have been most of the focus of the beginning of this stream, but I am silly and got distracted by everything else and just kept yapping. It's fine. Anyway, complete a novel I can be proud of. On my way. We'll see. My, just the planning list for the novel is already like 26,000 words, and that's just like bullet pointed things that are going to happen. Polish the novel as much as it takes and get it published one way or another. Basically, I don't care if I get an official publisher to pick it up. If I have to self-publish it myself and just release it for myself and anybody who wants to buy a copy, that's good by me. That's why I'm already like building in the idea of like getting official art done as I go, getting art drawn of the scenes. And that way, if I do ever manage to get it published, I'm like, hey, here's all the art, like light novel style, so that there's like an art piece every like 20 to 30 pages or so. Would you do ebooks? Yeah, probably. We'll see. I have to write it first. That's the whole thing. But I'm glad I can actually do that. Be part of a lot of incredible creators' worlds. I want to have cameos and other stories and get to collaborate on dream passion projects that they want to create. Music, stories, games, events, any passion project. So yeah, I have a lot of very creative friends that I'm hoping to work with in the future on things that cross over. It's one of the most fun things about Metamorphosis Lost and the whole idea that Cú and Féileacan can like move through different universes as well. Will you narrate them? Yeah, because we're going to do literal read-throughs of them on stream. So there will be like a narration kind of thing. Create a music video with my community. We already created like a basic music video, but I want to do something where like I actually do the singing. It'd be like a silly kind of song. It would be probably more like a call and repeat kind of thing to set up like the whole like teacher singing with their students kind of vibe, where you guys would be like a chorus singing alongside me and I'd be doing like singing. And I want to create a song like that someday and get like a music video made for it because I like that atmosphere. I want to have like a song for our community. So yeah, I'd love to work on that with the community someday. Create plenty of other fan content with my community and be included in projects on some level. So yeah, on some level is in like, I want to be included. Like if you guys are making a music video or a dramatic project, if you guys like need me to voice some things, I would love to do that. Or just share the work and in general, like engage with everybody would be great. Be part of an official meet and greet with my model. Because I had to add the brackets thing. I wrote these like back before I got invited to Anime Impulse. So it was like, oh, okay. But yeah, in the future, I'll actually be able to use my model. I love doing meet and greets with people and getting to chat with fans. So I'd love to do that. See a large group of fans together cosplaying as their Pupal, Sona, or my characters. Surprisingly, there were already like 5 or 6 people cosplaying as their Pupal Sona at the meet and greets and at Anime Impulse. So yeah, that's kind of part way achieved, but yeah, hopefully more in the future, and especially now that more of my character designs have been revealed. Attend an offline fan meet and greet for a short time on a laptop, phone, tablet, or anything, and then let everybody get back to their fun. So yeah, just like an offline fan meet and greet. I'd love to like know when those are going on and be like, yeah, I'll drop in and say hi to everybody, and then I'll disappear and let you guys get back to it. It sounds nice and cozy. Have 5,000 members on YouTube for 1 month. I just want to unlock every emote slot. You can get 50 emote slots if you have 5,000 members. So that's just like, that's the only number-based one in here where I'm just like, store the emote slots so we can just constantly change through emotes. Be included in a game or animation on any level. Voice acting, even just a cameo. Yeah, I just think that would be really cool. Create official merchandise I can be proud of that fans will want to show off. I'm hoping we can do that someday. Like I said, I'm planning on working on some things for November. We'll see if those work out, but I hope so. I hope we'll have well, not even fan merch, official merchandise that we all love. Help better creators than me grow. Indie game developers, animators, writers, artists. I'd love to help others showcase their talents and feel like I genuinely helped with that. So basically what I mean by this is I've met a lot of incredible creators who I consider way more talented than I am. So I would like to just be able to essentially lift people up and be like, check out these cool things. Check out Sakura Bamu's incredible art. Check out Chris's amazing storytelling and art and webtoons. Check out Yuraki's anime. All of these people that I get to work with where it's like, it's incredible. Thank you guys. Yeah, I just want to showcase more of that and be a part of people's growth. And finally, create a community that no matter what its size, feels like a home we can all be proud of. And that's a good way to wrap this up because basically, yeah, that's my main goal. I just want us to be happy, have a fun time streaming. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime in the future. This is going to be a long-term thing for me. So I hope we have a warm community that everybody feels comfortable in and has a wonderful time in. And with that said, I am unfortunately out of time because Laura Shigihara's debut is about to start. So we're going to raid into Laura Shigihara's debut room for What You Mean to Me. Get to watch it one more time. So I'm not going to do my normal outro today. I'm just going to head out and disappear. And then we'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday stream. So sorry, not debut, premiere. I called it a debut. I'm silly. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. One more time today, but definitely not the last time. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, burn bright, my pupils. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.